The Steelers' offense only 175 yards. Questions now follow. Is this the end for Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers? And is Mike Tomlin going to stay? In other NFL news, the Dallas Cowboys continue their defensive coordinator search. They have a few more interviews set for the week. Arizona head coach Jonathan Gannon and Baltimore defensive coordinator Zach Orr will interview today. In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight as they're in Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. They're 3-0 against OKC this season. Tip-off is set for 7 and will be broadcast on the FanDuel Network. Devin Vassell is still out with an abductor strain. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Welcome in. 'Tis the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm your old pal, AJ. Look over here to my left, wearing a...
I'm modulating you. What? Go ahead.
Is that a... What would you call that color? Straw?
Maybe. Yeah, khaki, I think, is what I would have probably gone with, but I don't know.
Is that a new one?
Mustard? Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a Christmas. It's one of those. It's denim, so eventually it might fit. But right now,
it's a little. Yeah.
It's pulling on me. I'm feeling like I'm in a straight.
You need to do some calisthenics in it.
I don't think I could. You know, the modern fabric, AJ. You know, back in the day, we didn't used to have stretchy clothes.
Oh, I love.
We had stiff clothes.
I know
that you wore until they got soft.
Yeah.
Now you can just go buy the stretchy clothes, and they look like stiff clothes.
Yeah.
So I'm not used to having old school stiff clothes.
My wife, she if I tell her we got to go somewhere, she'll say, "Do I have to wear hard pants?"
See, exactly. I'm of that mind. Hard pants.
She has, she would much prefer to wear yoga pants or leggings of some kind, and it's a punishment when I ask her to wear hard pants.
She and I get along. I don't like wearing hard pants.
Yeah,
it has to be like cold and dreary, like today. For me to consider hard pants. I'm a soft pants, short pants dude.
I'm much more into when I buy jeans now, I like to buy that stretchy.
Oh yeah, man,
it's cozy.
Life is better. It's one of those things. As a man of age, there's some things that made things easier, but not necessarily better.
Right.
Stretchy pants that look like hard pants made life better.
You know what I've got? I have a pair of sweat jeans. They are sweatpants. But if you were sitting here standing, you would have no idea they were sweatpants. You would think they were jeans.
That is right down my alley.
They have a drawstring.
See, yes.
It is.
That's one of those things in life that it just things got better. It's not easier or different. That's just sincerely better off.
Yeah.
Another thing was dress shoes that now have tennis shoe soles.
Oh yeah, those are nice.
Life,
that's
better.
Nice.
That's not just fashion. That is better life stuff.
Yes.
So. Some of that stuff we could get by without, but these things, stretchy pants that look like hard pants, that's living. And right now, I got a non-stretchy shirt that's just binding me.
Well,
in case somebody jacks me, I won't be able to get on.
And it's not even like a situation where you could release a button and just be okay.
Well, it snaps, so I could stretch out like Superman.
Yeah,
but
you need one of those flaps in the back.
I do. I need a placard.
That flap like on those fishing shirts.
Yeah, I need that. That's what I'm missing because I think my belly is pulling it in a weird direction.
Maybe it'll be better after you lose the holiday weight.
What are you saying?
I mean, I'm not saying anything you haven't said yourself.
Oh no! I put on the 7 pounds. I weighed myself. I'm very aware of the 7 pounds that I've put on. So you're right. Maybe that'll help, but I don't know. Maybe it is a problem with my man boobs.
I mean,
this feels very tight to me.
I just think, once you
once I drop the poundage, once I get into game weight,
get in game shape, you'll be all right.
Well, when's my next fight? I think I got time. My agent's working, so.
If I were you,
something definite.
If I were you, I'd consider avoiding any fights, any altercations.
Well, my agent's working.
Any altercations, try to avoid those.
I'm on the seniors tour.
Yeah.
The old man fights normally involves a newspaper and stern words.
I'll be there to say
strongly written letter.
I'll be there at your press conference. I'll say, Rob, I just want you to know that you've done a wonderful job, young man. And
that's how.
After you get your ass kicked, I'll say, you did a great job. Great job.
I've been taking care of kids like you.
Yeah.
I got the size of you in my stool. Take care of you. Step forward, young man. Meet Captain and Tennille.
No Victor Brown today. What a loser.
Yeah.
What a loser. I don't know where this came from, but he decided that he couldn't make it in today. And the part that's the weirdest is he didn't tell us about it.
Yeah, that's odd.
He told Edwin.
And he told him yesterday.
Huh.
We didn't know till
around
this
6
morning.
o'clock. He texted me saying, "Hey, I gotten sicker. Can you fill in?"
I think he's hungover
Well, no, I don't think he's hungover.
from that vodka he drank on New Year's.
He probably might still be dealing with the lingering effects. There's other issues other things that go there. I think he's genuinely sick. I know that as we left yesterday, his wife was not well.
Well, just you know what? Just stay home until you're better.
That's what I'm saying. Now, that doesn't bode well for you, young Edwin. You're in a petri dish.
Yeah, I was supposed to be off today.
What were you going to do with your big day
This
off?
was going to be his Friday.
I would still be sleeping.
Oh.
You don't get up and listen to us?
You don't get up and listen to the show?
No.
Wow, you're not very dedicated to this program at all.
No, I appreciate it, actually.
Oh. When I'm on vacation, I tune in to make sure you guys aren't ruining things.
Good Lord.
Do you really?
No.
Yes. Yeah. I am very dedicated to this show's success.
I appreciate it.
You don't believe me?
No.
That's all right. That's all right.
No, I don't. If it was a 10 a.m. show, if we were working mids, I do understand.
I do remember one time when I was on vacation, I woke up and I was like, oh, maybe I'll see what the show's doing. I looked at my phone. It was 9:56.
Yeah, see, yeah.
I bet they're doing
I have
fine.
a vested interest, trust me, but I'm not here. I ain't awake at 6:07.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
I bet they're doing just fine.
Yeah, they're doing fine. If
You don't have any.
I'll find out about it.
How if you didn't set an alarm, how late would you sleep?
As an older man, sleeping in for me is probably 9:30.
Okay.
Noon used to be easy.
But you say you sometimes you wake up automatic.
Oh, I do wake up every morning, whether the alarm is set,
and then you
or
can go
not.
back to sleep.
It used to be I'd wake up in a panic, but now I just wake up.
Okay.
It's just a matter of.
But
whatever.
if you'll wake up early, you'll wake up to in time to go for the show, and then just realize, oh, it's Saturday, I'm going back to sleep.
Well, normally it's a combination of getting up to go to the show and taking my fourth leak of the night.
Okay.
So I'm going to wake up regardless. Normally it's to pee. Hopefully I'm awake while I'm doing it.
My wife's been taking medicine where she's got to take it 4 times a day, and it's at 7 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 1 o'clock, which means she has to wake up at 1 a.m. to take this medicine. And I forget, maybe it was last week.
Why does it have to be those specific times?
I mean, it doesn't, but there's not a great time for it to work either way.
Because if she went back to 10, she'd be getting up even earlier in the morning. Yeah, I get you. So one's about
So one gives her some time to go back to sleep, and so last week her alarm goes off at 1.
Oh crap!
And I just got it. I get up.
Yeah.
I start. I start digging through my sock drawer, and my wife goes in the bathroom, and which sometimes she'll when my alarm goes off, she'll get up and go to the bathroom, and I'm putting my socks on, and she's like,
"What are you doing,
AJ? It's 1 a.m. You don't have to get up yet." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool.
Good, thank God."
I just went back to sleep in my socks.
Everybody who works our schedule, and everybody listening, has one of those stories. Stories where you got up for no reason,
like a zombie,
way too early because you're so used to it, it didn't really feel any different. I woke up one morning out of a dream and literally got into the shower and was trying to figure out how to fix a problem here at the station. And midway through the shower, I realized that was a dream.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's my problem that I woke up for isn't even real. And I'm standing in the shower at 1:45 in the morning. I'm up.
I gotta get in.
Whether there was a real problem or not, I am now committed to this thing.
Gotta get in there.
It's one of those. It's kind of like when you I've never actually been knocked out, but when you come to and realize, holy crap, what just happened? You know, that awareness hit me in the shower, like, well, all this that I've been upset and mad about isn't even real. It's not even real. And I'm standing here in the shower.
Them's the breaks.
So, but everybody I've talked to that works our schedule has that kind of
Edwin,
story.
has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
You know, the wake up in the panic, the way too early, because it's just so abnormal to live the schedule that we do for a while.
We're weirdos. All right. We've got plenty to discuss today, friends. The Houston Texans are on to the divisional round, headed to Boston, to Beantown. They take care of business last night, although, God, my son, who is a Texans fan, my older son.
God bless him.
I know. He after the game last night, he's like, well, what do you think now? I said, dude.
You're proud of this effort?
Like, am I supposed to, like, feel better about it? First of all, you knew the Steelers weren't very good. They've got a 42-year-old man playing quarterback for them. You knew that they weren't very good. And at the time, it was like it was when he threw the pick six and it became the first pick. It was 17-3. The fumble where he fumbled and they picked it up and ran it in. And I said, dude, the offense has scored 10 points and it's the fourth quarter. And then of course they score another one and he's like, oh, what about now? What about now? And I said, man, I'm not here to rain on your parade. If you want to be be stoked about this, but
I'll give credit where it's due.
But there were some. It wasn't all. Pittsburgh was awful. Awful.
They were terrible.
But it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for the Texans either.
It was and this is not any more of a comparison than a one-off, brief, shining moment kind of thing, but it was very 85 Bears-ish, where this was 98% defense.
Yeah.
I mean, the offense brought nothing to last night's party. And C.J. Stroud needs electroshock therapy.
Yeah.
This dude looks like he's been electrocuted, a cat that's been shocked.
Yep.
I've never seen – this isn't his first rodeo.
Well, let's talk about the game on the other side, including the struggles of one C.J. Stroud. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. It's road work on 35 southbound 3009 to Schertz Parkway that's causing about a 15-minute travel time. Stop and go from Fisher. 1604 eastbound Green Mountain Frontage Road. Accident left lane. The exit ramp on the freeway is closed as well due to this wreck. And 410 southbound at Valley High. Disabled vehicle off to the shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Joe, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop. Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. you're in good hands with Allstate.
Get real results for your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and the ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test. Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergenics and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with a real provider, get real medication, and see real results. Learn more at GetMyHealthFix.com. For Synergenics and Low T Center, GetMyHealthFix.com.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most, after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and you can get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SUPPLY to get up to a $5 cashback bonus on your first tank. That's code SUPPLY for up to a $5 cashback bonus.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
This year, it was important for my business to start strong.
Starting week is not recommended.
But first, I needed a lot of stuff for the office.
Sounds like a shopping spree.
I just went to Staples. They have great prices on everything, like ink, toner, printers, paper, and chairs. And now, you can get up to 30% off select HP printers.
Up to 30% off HP printers? Am I on a hidden camera show?
No.
Well then, let's go Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or on the app. Ends 1/31. Select models only.
Chick-fil-A's new Frosted Sodas and Floats. It's a 10 out of 10. Hey, this is Lizzie, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new Frosted Sodas and Floats is how well they go together. You will love having your favorite soda blended with our creamy ice stream to make a new Frosted Soda or Float. With the mix of the ice stream and soda fizz, it's so delicious, I call it Fizzalicious.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new Frosted Soda and Float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob.
The Houston Texans move on to the divisional round. They get a 30-6 win on the road in Pittsburgh. I gave that stat yesterday that dome teams going to play in freezing temps on the road in the playoffs were 1-14 all time.
2?
No, like I got so many tweets last night about this.
Oh,
and they were like,
"Did you read it wrong?"
No, it was 34 degrees.
Oh, okay.
And I said, well, to be fair, I would have bet this. I would have bet the same way. I wasn't going to let 2 degrees decide how I pictured this game happening.
So what is it? Okay.
So the stat is like
what is it at 34? I'm sure it's significantly different.
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't think it is.
It probably not. But
that's such a stickler thing.
I'll tell you this. 2 degrees wouldn't have made the difference last night for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers stunk out loud.
You can stop right there.
Yeah, you pretty much can.
That offense had no prayer. No, there was. Now I think it's more the defense than the offense, but the final straw was immediate. It was over. They had no prayer of scoring any kind of points.
This game was 7-6 in the fourth quarter. It was not a fun game to watch by any stretch.
How many fourth quarter games did we have this weekend? 3 of the 4?
No.
2 of the 4? 2 of the 5? 3 of the 5?
It was 4 of the 6.
4 of the. That's what I meant.
Well,
so
I mean,
action was fourth quarter.
If you count, because again, early in the fourth quarter, this was a 1-point game,
right?
So you could say this was a game in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Literally every game was a game in the fourth quarter.
It was a different kind of game, but it was still a close game.
Yeah. Every game was a 1-score game in the fourth quarter.
Absolutely crazy. And not like it wasn't the same kind of drama in the fourth quarter that the other ones offered, because it was just a matter of time before this house of cards utterly collapsed, and it did in the fourth. But it was that's what's crazy about the Texans is looking at the score, it was such a thorough dismantling. I mean, you don't see that in a playoff game. I mean, it's a rarity. And normally when this kind of thing happens, coaches and players do get waxed because of the performance. But it wasn't that. They didn't. The Texans' defense was the thing in the show, and that was it. And there was nothing else after that. The Texans' offense was as bad as Pittsburgh's. There was nothing to ride home. They ran the ball appropriately, in 2 series?
The very first series of the game, in like 3 plays, they were out to the 50-yard line and then died.
And so there's nothing to ride home about what Houston did.
Then the Steelers didn't threaten again unless they got a turnover.
Yeah, there was.
But you're right. The Texans, the 3 turnovers, C.J. Stroud, 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and a pick. And he could have had more. He was very loose with the ball. He was, quite frankly, C.J. Stroud was bad last night.
How many quarterbacks survive that in a playoff?
I've
it's never seen
impossible.
it before.
Except when Trevor Lawrence, when they beat the Chargers on the night that he had 4 interceptions in the first half, it's like, sometimes every once in a while there's a miracle.
That was terrible throws peppered in with good ones. Stroud was terrible.
Yeah,
he couldn't throw up, down, sideways. He was making bad decisions. He was holding the ball loose. He was running at inappropriate times, and when he was running at the appropriate times, he ran the wrong direction.
But the defense was so dominant that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
The Steelers were 2 of 14 on third down, 2 of 14. Even when the Steelers would turn them over, and they turned them over once, they were already in the red zone. And they had to get a field goal.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
It was just pathetic.
So I don't know, and this is one of those classics, I don't know what to take from this, because I do know the Steelers' defense is adequate. I know it's great, but I know it's adequate. And I know that T.J. Watt certainly is a difference maker, and his name was mentioned a lot last night. So I do think there's something to the Pittsburgh defense. I'm not going to lay it completely. But if today I'm D'Amico, I'm very concerned about my quarterback. I'm sending him to a sports psychologist. The yips, what was that, man? Were you that scared?
The total in the game on Sunday is 40.5. Given how difficult it was for the Patriots to put up points on the Chargers, and knowing that this Texans defense is way better than that, and then given that the Texans couldn't score against the Steelers, and the Patriots defense is better than that, this is going to be a rock fight.
Is it possible a safety to size it?
That's the Rams-Bears game is the total's 10 points higher. I don't expect much action in this Texans-Patriots game.
I like that Texans defense against Drake May. I like the way that they collapse. Now, certainly the escape velocity of Aaron Rodgers is pretty slow, and Drake May's velocity is probably a little bit quicker that first 3 yards. But they collapsed on Aaron last night. A lot of that, he looked terrible because they were just – it was as bad as the Chargers line, but different. The Chargers just looked stupid, looked bumbling in 6 sacks. Steelers were giving everything they had. It was just overwhelming.
And it's funny. They mentioned it last night on the broadcast, and it is really true. The Texans don't try to trick you with their defense. They put their hand in the dirt, and they say, I'm going to run you over and go do what I want, and then they do it, which is pretty awesome.
It's one of those things that has not gotten the publicity that it deserves. And I get the sense this week we're really going to hear about this Texans defense because there's not a position on that field they're weak at. I mean, and every one of them hits you really, really hard. They're violently hard.
Yeah, obviously the edge rushers are great. The corners are fantastic.
And if you're a Texans fan, name 3 starters. If you're not a Texans fan, name 3 starters on the Houston Texans.
I think most people. I mean, Will Anderson is a
last night a special
star.
Yeah, he is a star. But again, an unheralded, under-talked about.
I mean, he was the number.
He was a rookie of the year.
He was the number 2 pick or number 1 pick.
But
in
what
the
I'm
draft.
talking about is he's exceptional. But we don't talk about him till now. I don't remember talking a lot about Will Anderson in the middle of this win streak, although he's an instrumental reason as to why. It's just an underpublicized thing, I think, with the Texans. That I think last night was a wake-up call to a lot of people across the country who haven't been watching, me included. Like, I know this defense is good. I didn't know they were that good.
Well, Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter are.
Yeah, Danielle Hunter.
I mean, that's 2 of the best pass rushers in the league. Sheldon Rankins in the middle is a beast. Stingley on the outside with Lassiter is like one of the best 1-2. Like, you can't avoid either one of them.
Yeah,
They're
there's
both
not
good.
a weak spot on that defense.
And then Azeez Al-Shaair has turned into a real player in the middle of that defense at linebacker. Like they've got it figured out right there defensively. The offense still, and now I mean, there's almost. I'm not going to say there's 0 chance that Nico Collins plays. But there's about a 2% chance Nico Collins plays against the Patriots.
Well,
I mean, he basically face planted.
How ready do I have backup quarterback?
Davis Mills?
Yes. I'm talking about a dude I know that sounds crazy. They can't win if CJ does that again.
But that would ruin the future of CJ Stroud.
I'm just saying that performance was so bad. They can't beat New England if he does that again. They can't. That defense was extraordinary. Even that defense can't protect him if he does what he did last night again.
Yeah, I do like as good as they looked. It is important to remember the Steelers.
That's what I'm saying. I know the
Steelers are
good,
what the Steelers are,
but it was the look in his eyes. It wasn't just the performance. It was what was going on before the snap. It just like he was utterly. Scared. I don't know the better word.
He was in prime form yesterday, where he was blaming everybody for running the wrong routes. He was he couldn't believe that he didn't get the protection. He didn't break at that moment. He broke a yard late. My wife was even like, "Why is he blaming everybody else? Does he not realize he's not playing very good?"
That's why I don't think he's going to retire. But the comparison between the two, they were both equally bad for such entirely different reasons. I mean, Aaron thought he was better than he was, and CJ thought he was worse than he is. I don't know what to make of what I saw from him last night. It shouldn't have been that jumpy.
No.
You know what I mean? She shouldn't have been – he just looked like he was scared.
So when I tell you the Patriots are 3-point favorites at home against the Texans.
Against that offense, yes.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter of I think they're 3 points better. I guarantee you that offense is 3 points better. You know, the defenses are going to.
But what are they going to do against that defense?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'd love to see this Drake May, his escapability, because it's going to come into play. And if he can buy more time than Aaron Rodgers does, it's going to be hard to find some open cats. So this is going to be an interesting, a fun matchup because if the Texans are building some momentum here, even if the rest of the country doesn't believe in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're rolling right now. And if I'm on the Texans squad going home today or last night, we just whooped that team's ass and did nothing on off. Like anything that comes from the other side of the ball is gravy.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that line. I thought I wouldn't have. I thought the line would be a little bit wider, maybe outside. Like I'm not like a lot, but like 3.5 probably, just because.
Well, I don't think it's over. I don't think it's done. But I think that they see that defense and wonder. There's still a rookie, and he didn't look spectacular last week.
No, but that was his first start.
Again,
and I
get it. I think it'll be very interesting to see how close the Texans comes. I do think some Texans money is going to come this direction.
I mean, it looks like there's going to be, there's going to be 2.5s. It looks like
I would lay money there just because.
Oh no, it looks like it's going to be 3.5s actually.
You think it'll go the other way?
Yeah, it's looking that way.
So maybe the expectation is the thought was Aaron Rodgers was just that bad.
Yeah,
that no one could be that bad again against that defense.
No, maybe I'm wrong. Like, I think the defense. It looks like that is going to be. It looks like it might be trending towards 2.5. You might be right.
That thing. Let me tell you that was an extraordinary 175 total yards from Pittsburgh, and it's not like they were even remotely close to an efficient offense at all. But they did get wide receiver back, and they were running the ball better. And Aaron's coming off, if he's not pressured, is a fairly accurate quarterback, but. His escapability is nil. He's wearing lead shoes. He can't get away from anybody. He can't get his feet out of the mud. So it didn't take much to knock him off kilter. But I do think that even if you're a mobile quarterback, that defense was built to keep you in the pocket and smash you. You don't get to run around.
Daniel says, week in and week out, CJ stated he has to play better. Same lame story, yet no improvement. Only worse and worse play by CJ.
Dude, he's right.
And he's got Texans in his handle, so he's a fan.
It hurts.
It's funny. Like, had you asked me going into round 2 of the playoffs if CJ Stroud would be like in the worry bracket of quarterbacks of the 8 left, like it's him and Bo Nix
seriously
are sitting down there as like, God. Like, I trust Sam Darnold right now more than C.J. Stroud, I trust Brock Purdy now more than C.J. Stroud. I trust Caleb Williams more than C.J. Stroud. That is hard for me to believe.
The good news is, if I'm Ryan's, is I like wins where you got a lot of work to do. When you can walk off the field and wipe the floor with another team. I mean, that was an easy win at the end of the day. It wasn't hard for him. That I can go back and we can spend a week sincerely working because there's no laurels to rest on. I mean, there's lots of stuff to get going. So maybe just that's enough to get his attention. And on the other side of it, if I'm Stroud and I watch film all week, I feel pretty safe that I can make a mistake.
Yeah.
I don't have to be great. I just got to be there. And if I'm just there, we're going to be okay. And I think that might be enough to calm him down. And that, or I don't know, man, sedation.
Yeah, I don't know what
maybe Tai Chi, maybe something to calm his nerves.
Clearly,
hot tea maybe before the game.
Yeah, clearly needs something. Aaron Rodgers, maybe we can offer him some ayahuasca. We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. It's road work on 35 southbound 3009 to Schertz Parkway that's causing about a 15-minute travel time. Stop and go from Fisher. 1604 eastbound Green Mountain Frontage Road. Accident left lane. The exit ramp on the freeway is closed as well due to this wreck. And 410 southbound at Valley High. Disabled vehicle off to the shoulder. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
At GiveMeTheVin.com, we are America's best car buyer. We're also firmly based right here in the oil industry's backyard. And we get it. We've adjusted our bids to provide the best money for your vehicle, hands down. We'll do our best to help you create that much-needed cash flow until the oil field booms again. And we believe it will. It's just another way we're quickly becoming America's best car buyer, especially here at home.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. The once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Upgrade today with Mattress Firm's quality selection of top brands. Let their sleep experts find the perfect bed to help transform your nights. They make sleep easy.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho! And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company. Pure Talk.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we react to the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Indy Kalu will join us at 3:35 to do just that.
And the Cowboys still looking for a defensive coordinator. What does Shereen Williams know about it?
And Spurs against OKC tonight. We'll get you ready for that matchup.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The NFL.
Heyo. Morning Huddle 94.1. Now comes the question, and now we get the for the next few days, the Cowboys don't matter because the news cycle is all about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I know, it's
and we
great.
know nothing can. The only thing that can dominate pointless news cycles in sports more than the Dallas Cowboys is Aaron Rodgers.
I think that is a true statement, and it's 51-49,
Particularly when, it became about 70-30 when Aaron Rodgers, his dalliances were with the New York Jets, because anything to do with the Jets also jumps high on the priority list.
Anything happens in Gotham matters to us.
But now as the Steelers, we'll see. The reports that I saw before this weekend were that if Aaron Rodgers decides to play again, he will be welcome back in Pittsburgh.
I think that those were the reports as of Friday, yes. Now, I don't think that stands true today.
That is hard for me to imagine, especially if Mike Tomlin somehow survives this. And if Mike Tomlin survives this and they say, okay, Mike, we're gonna let you roll out there again. What are you gonna do differently? And he says, well, I'm gonna bring Aaron back. They're gonna okay, never mind.
That's what I'm saying. No, you're right. He can't bring Aaron back.
But also,
if he stays, I don't think he's gonna stay.
But also, let's say Mike Tomlin doesn't stay and they hire a new coach. Can you imagine a new coach who says, well, my first plan of action is to re-sign Aaron Rodgers? Oh,
yeah,
no,
that's
you're not hired
not
either.
a fix, especially if it's a guy like Stefanski who got I'm not handcuffing myself to another suck-ass quarterback again.
Yeah.
So he can't stay and he can't go. So I hope that there is someone in Aaron Rodgers' life that says, why don't you just go away for 6 weeks? Because I know his ego will not let him leave on these terms. His last completion cannot be a pick six.
Where he got trucked trying to make a tackle.
Where he knew it. I think he knew the moment he threw it, like, I was going to go out on a rough road. I can't go out like this. So maybe my ego will allow me to leave knowing I made the tackle at least. At least I stopped the pick six and went out like a man. He ended up going out like a kicker. I mean, I don't think his ego will let him leave. And I think that there's 2 or 3, 4, 5 general managers out there that would be more than happy to give him an opportunity to start.
Who?
I just think, I don't think they'll say it out loud, but I think when push comes to shove, and Aaron Rodgers is sitting out there the last week of the last week of July, and training camp's getting started, and I'm looking at my quarterback crop going, I need something. I think that he'll end up with a job if he wants it.
I do think that if Daniel Jones isn't back, I could see Indianapolis doing something.
So
I could see Cleveland
don't
talking
do
to him.
it. Don't do it, Aaron, and don't sign him. Whoever. Somebody has to have discretion and valor kind of combined here and go, this isn't good for us. It isn't good for you.
Yeah, I don't know that there's 5, but I can think of a handful. The Steelers, though, are in a weird spot because they will never – Mike Tomlin, the thing about him is he's so consistently
average,
slightly above average, that you can never be great. Mike Tomlin's too good at being good to be great.
That's the best way to put it.
And it's gonna. I mean, it's eventually going to cost him his job. But
that's why I think I say this facetiously and I jokingly, like, if I'm Tomlin, I quit. But seriously, if I'm a good friend to Aaron's, I say, Aaron, just hang it up, man. Just let it go because there's nothing. It's not going to get any better for you. And if I'm looking at Tomlin, like, dude, look around, go look yourself in the mirror and do the self-affirmation as I'm good enough, I'm tough enough, and I'm a good NFL head coach, and go quit and go get another job someplace and go help somebody because you're not appreciated in Pittsburgh. And it might be the age-old thing that, yeah, you're still a hell of a coach. They just don't hear you anymore, even though you get new dudes every year. That message is getting a little stale. And your fans don't like you anymore. I don't know how you win them over until it's a year from now. Yeah. Until you win a playoff game, no matter how good you perform next year, and you win 12 wins, let me tell you, your first loss, they're going to be on you because it doesn't matter. That does not feed the Bulldog in Pittsburgh. You're going to have to win a playoff game. So if you decide to come back, know full well you got 365 days minimum of we don't think you can do it, we hate you, fire Tomlin.
Yeah, I will say for Aaron Rodgers, statistically, like if you look at the surface stats, could have been worse. 3,300 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 picks. That's not horrible numbers. But if you dig a little deeper, his QBR, he was 23rd out of 28 qualified. He was behind Bryce Young, Tyler Shuck, and Jalen Hurts. The only guys he was ahead of, Jacoby Brissett, Joe Flacco, Tua, Geno Smith, and Cam Ward. That ain't great company. And then if you go to the PFF and see how he looked on film, he was 32nd.
Yeah, he was the worst quarterback against pressure in the NFL.
The only guys who met the snap minimum that were worse than him in PFF were Tua, J.J. McCarthy, Geno Smith, Michael Penix, Cam Ward, Dylan Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders.
And
Justin Fields is ahead of him in PFF. Spencer Rattler was better than him.
And all of that. Some of these guys' arrows are up. They're getting better, and they're going to get better than him as he declines. And some of these guys, they've reached their ceiling, and they're always going to be that. Yeah. And that's where you're living now, Aaron.
There's no up arrow for sure.
No, it's over for him. But
would you rather have him or Joe Flacco start for your team next year? Like if you had to say start all the games.
Flacco.
I think I would too.
Because at least there's still an arm there. Did you see Aaron scrambling, trying to get the ball downfield?
Not only is there an arm there, but like I know his teammates are going to like him, and I know he's not going to like throw me under the bus in the media. Like there's just a lot of stuff that comes with Aaron Rodgers.
No pretense to greatness, like I'm great, trust me. No, you're not, man. Go watch your own film. You ain't that. You're not that anymore. And just go look at the myriad of quarterbacks that have found themselves in your place right now. Only one managed to be great. Now, you can say, well, there's George Blanda. Well, yeah, that was also 1972.
Yeah.
So
that's
it's over for him, but his ego will not let him go until someone hides his helmet.
Well, that may be what they have to do. All right, we'll continue talking about this game on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
World's first and only night harvested tequila. This is tequila at its natural, unfiltered best, made with 100% blue agave and totally additive free. Smooth, vibrant, and full of character. It's tequila the way it was meant to be. So whether you're chasing championships or celebrating the moment, raise your glass to bold beginnings and taste the Blue Star difference.
Find Blue Star Tequila near you at Specs, Costco, and Alamo City Liquor.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hey, good morning. Jimmy in here dropping knowledge on you, Rob.
311?
Yeah.
Is the longest standing band of the original members other than U2?
Yeah, I guess so.
What about the Stones?
Well, one of their original members is dead.
Who? Oh, yes, that's right.
Yeah. So you can't, I'm
trying to think.
But nothing's happening.
Nothing happened. Which is just another day in my life. I had some knowledge dropped off.
Well, there you
311,
go.
you tell me.
Yeah. My buddy DJ used to come out to Vegas for 311 Day when I lived there, and just go
Is that
watch.
Like 420?
It's a day where 311 has a big concert, and all the biggest fans show up and they hang out.
Give me a big 311 hit so I can put them in context.
Down was their biggest hit. And then they had a song called Amber. Amber is the color of your energy.
Oh yeah, I know that one. I think.
Play 311 Down, Edwin, if you can find that. It's recognizable. You get, but Jimmy's like a super fan.
Yeah.
I think it's because
it's kind of like Spinal Tap.
Jimmy's like a trumpeter,
He is a professional level trumpeter.
311 known for their
brass section.
Boss brass section. Yeah,
like a ska band that I didn't know about.
Exactly.
Okay.
The question now is, here you go.
Okay.
Have you heard this?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not who I thought it was, though.
Yeah, this is 311. Have you ever made it out in a dark hallway, Edwin?
Not to this.
Oh. Well, I mean, that wasn't the question.
No.
No, by your answer, that was a yes.
You've never made out in a dark hallway?
No.
Oh.
And I wouldn't do it to this music.
Oh, I have. Like,
you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
If you're a stickler,
if you're a stickler about what song you're listening to when you're making out in a dark hallway.
If you're in a dark hallway jamming to this, she's going to do things to you.
Oh, yeah.
She's going to do special things.
She has piercings that you don't know about.
I guarantee you're going to find a piercing and a tat that you did not expect.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a scar, too. A bullet wound.
Ooh, I hope a bullet wound.
Bullet wound. Man, those are sexy.
I hope a cauterized bullet wound.
Cauterized bullet wound to the ass. Ooh, wow. You're dangerous.
Yeah. I fell off a motorcycle once.
What the hell happened?
My man pushed me off.
I was wearing assless chaps and fell off my bike.
All right. So final word on the Steelers season here. This was much. It's. I guess it's a little better, but it's not much different than what the Carolina Panthers were. This was the tallest dwarf.
Yeah, no, but they're headed different directions. Carolina can look toward the future and go, we're going to be better next year if we do things right. Pittsburgh can't look in the mirror and say that.
What I meant was there were teams that were like the record says the Steelers were 10-7. I think at the end of the season, like I would have picked Miami on a neutral over Pittsburgh.
Probably.
I think I would.
So
I mean,
saying that,
I probably would have taken the Bengals.
I know you are as big a Tomlin fan as I am, and you don't fire a guy like that unless there are certain things that have come across, and it has nothing to do with record, wins and losses, playoffs, and nothing. There's other things that I would fire you for.
I think Harbaugh was less fireable than Tomlin.
I agree, and if he was less fireable and he's gone, you kind of get the sense that that they're truly going to turn a page.
Because the
even
Ravens,
Bill Cowher ran out of time.
The Ravens, much like, Bill Cowher walked away on his own.
Well, I guess ran out of time in the right word. Maybe he saw the writing on the wall. It is time for a change. And I think Tomlin can change with the times. I do. I do think that if you addressed what and where the Steelers are going to go, that he would be perfectly fine taking you there. But you'd have to retool the way you go scout talent. You're going to have to go get an offensive-minded dude that's going to go get the modern quarterback dude that wants to come and play in Pittsburgh and do things in a way that, quite frankly, might be out of Tomlin's comfort zone. But the thing about it is, no matter where Tomlin is, whether he's in Pittsburgh or someplace else, he's going to have to get out of his comfort zone, either by design or by plan. Because I'm landing someplace else, I got to do something new. Or if I'm in Pittsburgh, I got to do something new.
Yeah.
This last 9 years of average isn't enough for you, for me, for anybody. So I think there's an expectation there, but I kind of allow him to make that decision and then says, if you want to stay, this is what's going to happen. I'm not going to fire you, but there are going to be changes. I don't know if he wants to do that.
Yeah. In 2007, Cowher resigned. His record as a head coach was 161, 99, and 1.
Ooh, boy, he's good.
He had 8 division titles. In 15 seasons, he had 8 division titles, 10 playoff bursts, including 6 straight, 21 playoff games, 6 AFC championship games, and 2 Super Bowl appearances, and 1 ring. And he walked away. Tomlin is going to, if he were to walk away right now, he wouldn't have all of those accolades. Like the playoff success has not been the same, but he'd have a better winning percentage in the regular season than either Chuck Noll or Bill Cowher did.
Yeah, man.
It's Mike Tomlin has already exceeded everyone's expectations in my mind.
He's first ballot Hall of Fame. Yeah. If we had the even a higher level of that, a VIP room, he's in there too. By every player that's been around him, by every coach that's coached against him, he's there. Yeah.
He is tied with Chuck Noll for the most regular season wins in Steelers history. If he coaches 2 more seasons, and that's kind of the caveat to tied for the most wins, he's coached 2 less seasons. Now, obviously, the seasons have more games now than they did then.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say that the guy should have to go. But at the same time, if you're real about it, it's hard to say that you see the Steelers taking a step back towards greatness without making a change.
I think you can make a change and still keep him in play. But I do. I do think that there's a certain amount that he would need to cede and admit to himself and everybody around him that I personally have not lived up to the challenge, even though I'm still capable of it, and we do need to alter the circumstances. That's why I think he's not going to be there. It'll be a mutual decision. You need to go, and we kind of need you to go.
All right. As you know, I like to complain about things.
No, you don't.
I'm going to complain about some scheduling on the other side of this break. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just 1 pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
Febreze. New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and new Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor. Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We do have a couple of trouble spots as you head into your early morning commute. 1604 Frontage Road eastbound, Judson Road over to Green Mountain, closed with a rollover accident. There is a wrecker on scene, so hopefully we'll get this cleared soon. But for now, we are showing some delays. The exit ramp of the freeway closed as well. Southeast side of town, 37 southbound as you approach Loop 410. 2 left lanes blocked with this wreck, and that has you stop and go from Hot Wells. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NFL, the divisional round is set after last night's game. The Houston Texans rocked the Steelers 30-6, led by the best defense in the NFL, allowing the Steelers' offense only 175 yards. Questions now follow. Is this the end for Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers? And is Mike Tomlin going to stay? In other NFL news, the Dallas Cowboys continue their defensive coordinator search. They have a few more interviews set for the week. Arizona head coach Jonathan Gannon and Baltimore defensive coordinator Zach Orr will interview today. In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight as they're in Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. They're 3-0 against OKC this season. Tip-off is set for 7 and will be broadcast on the FanDuel Network. Devin Vassell is still out with an abductor strain. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, everybody. It's 7 o'clock on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. How we doing out there, folks? Oh, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Somebody who says that's the guy who corrects your grammar.
I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
Thanks for asking. Anyway.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Carry on.
The schedule came out for next week where the Bills, Broncos, Seahawks, and 49ers.
That's our Sunday?
That is our Saturday.
Our Saturday, okay.
Yeah. Texans, Pittsburgh are on Sunday. And then the Packers, or excuse me, the Bears, Rams are on Sunday night.
So only 2 on Sunday.
2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand how the Rams and the Bears both played on Saturday, and now they get the Sunday night games.
Right.
So they get an extra day of rest.
But at least it's fair. They're equal.
Okay. While the Bills, who played on Sunday, now have to play on Saturday against a team that had a bye week.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
That's not right. Like, there's a reason why, I don't know how many years ago it was, but week 17 and now week 18, there are no Monday night games because that short week is a huge disadvantage. Mm-hmm. And having a team play on short rest when games matter the most,
it is an interesting
for TV ratings is just not, it's not right.
Had they justified, has the NFL said anything regarding that? Because it seems like an imminently fixable thing.
I mean, it does. It's TV. They won't say that out loud. It's TV. They shouldn't be having a Monday night playoff game. It shouldn't exist. Like, it really shouldn't, because again, now the Texans, even though they're playing Sunday, it's still a short week. And the Patriots, who played on Sunday, now they have an extra day of rest.
Yeah. It's happening to other teams. When you said that, now we all have our El Guapos. Yeah, it's tough. But at the end of the day, TV's going to take care of that, and it is what it is. I just feel like if I'm an owner and I see this and it's happening to my team, and I know there's a fix out there where we could juggle it, and it's not going to affect the TV ratings. But we can be honest. The numbers will be there regardless. You're not going to – if you move that Buffalo game to Sunday and you moved what you believe to be the primetime game, whether it's the Seahawks, whatever game you think is the best, and you move that to Saturday, the numbers would be the same.
Now, there's almost always going to be at least one team that gets shorted a day of rest, and I get it. And
now there's 2, so
no, there's 3. The Eagles, the 49ers also.
So if we're all shared El Guapo issues, I mean, yeah, it sucks.
But if you don't schedule a Monday night game,
that's what I'm saying. There's a fix. If I'm an owner, fix this.
If the Rams Bears were on Saturday and the 49ers Seahawks were on Sunday, you flip those 2 NFC games, and now rest is equal for everybody.
I think, okay, so my question then is, without looking at the contract, who broadcasts that Monday night game? Is that a Prime, a Peacock? Is that some kind of weird?
ESPN.
So it's an ESPN buy?
Yeah.
I think we're kind of have to have a Monday night game because they bought it. I think it's more about let's just look who needs. Let's make sure rest is appropriate. Kind of union rules. You need 7 hours, or 7 days, or 6 days minimum. And if it doesn't fit that 6th day, then we flip it.
It just doesn't feel right to me. I mean it's so unnecessary. Like I said, if you just flip the Saturday Sunday games, like that takes care of 2 of the problems right there. And like I said, I mean the Bills would still be screwed, but you can't please everyone. I get it, but you don't have to make it this bad.
That's my point. I think there's a way to fix it. But beyond that, it's a matter of the quality of the product as well. My argument would be not so much about me as a Buffalo Bills fan or owner. It's more about we want to make sure we got our stars healthy. And if that means giving them 24 more hours to get healthy, that matters. We want to make sure the best product is always available and we give our players the most optimum time to prepare and rehab, even though it might make for a very interesting game for the team that's been on 6 days against a team that's been sitting and watching for 2 weeks. I mean, it's the polar opposite. There's a thread there, but if the product turns out not to be entertaining because one team is just either not ready or one is worn out, I can see everybody going, well, let's fix this. But the problem is it will be putting out a fire when you could prevent the fire already.
Yeah. I would also argue that like week 18, just like there should be no Monday night games, there should be no Saturday games either. Like you need to keep it balanced where everybody and I love it as a TV viewer.
Oh, I was going to say, man, fantastic.
When you get into like how it really impacts things, it's a big deal.
Well, now let's play some chess here because I do think there's a fix because I don't want to lose the entertainment that I got from those NFL games. But if we're adding another 8 teams to the playoff or whatever it might be, we might have actual college playoff space during those days where we want to eliminate NFL. We can fill that gap with some pretty good playoff football with these extra games.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm fine having this is the perfect fit. I'm fine having games on Saturday. Just make it with teams that aren't going to be in the playoffs.
I think you mean
I know everybody's like
you're shuffling tickets and flights and hotels and
we flex Sunday night games.
But we don't flex the day. We flex the hours. They're selling tickets. They're just kicking off at 3 or noon instead of 6 or 3. So that requires a little bit of juggling that you'd have to fix a month in advance. You'd have to be able to tell everybody you got a month to change your flight from Saturday to Sunday or Sunday to Saturday.
But now, with the Broncos, it's egregious. The Broncos had a full bye week, and now the Bears have to play, or the Bills have to play them on a short week.
I know that you don't want to go limping in there, but I'm not sure we saw in the college world anyway. Sitting down waiting is not the best thing for you. I mean, sitting and waiting and just saying, well, at least I'm healthier. But, you lost that quick twitch that you get from playing every 7 days.
But having 300-pound men jump on your quarterback's head is not great
either. And I think if I'm
either.
a coach, I'm all about the rest. But there is a negative to sitting and watching. It does take a second or two to get that motor revved up, and in that second, you can lose the game.
But, I mean, you can look at the data historically says a team
that's rested wins.
The more rested teams win. And not just in the playoffs, but like I'm talking about like if one team has 6 days rest and the other played on or they're playing on Thursday night. Like does
the numbers really show that heavy?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the playoffs.
No, I'm talking about in the regular season even.
I'm talking about playoffs here. I mean, there's something about momentum and all those things that are playing into it because I got a finish line. I know I only got to play 6 more weeks no matter what.
But everybody fights for that 1 seed because they know you've got a free pass.
No, I'm not saying you ever put it down, but I have seen instances where those that sat and watched suffered.
Yeah.
I mean, it just took them a while to get going. Doesn't mean they can't. But in that time it takes to sharpen things up, you can lose a football game. So I think there is a competitive advantage for rest. And until another league or another thing steps in to fill the void, I don't see how you change it just because all those slots are sold, man. But I do think you could flip Saturday to Sunday. I do. But
but having a Monday, I mean.
Because it's a playoff ticket, and I'm buying them the week before anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but ESPN, they could tell ESPN, look, you can do your Monday night broadcast. It's just not going to be on Monday. It's going to have to be on Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, again, I don't know the wherewithal with the contract, whether they could fill that hole with something else. But I don't think until a team, an owner can come out, there is a true competitive disadvantage. I don't think you change it. But because everybody else, there's other teams suffering too. There's 3 of us that got screwed. Yeah. Not just one.
Yeah, and of course they've got the Bills playing the very first game. I was hoping the Bills would be the late game at least on Saturday. They didn't even get that. So they're right into it. I hate the idea. I mean, I get there's no perfect way to do it, but the NFL had a chance to do it better than they did, and they chose not to, which I don't understand.
And if you lose, can you imagine? And it's not that far-fetched at all. That the biggest star in the game, the best player playing today, could be out in the first game of the second week. Literally, you're like, all right, well, we don't even have anything to look forward to a championship week.
And meanwhile, the Rams and the Bears get a full extra day of rest. They're playing on 7 days rest because they played on Saturday, and now they don't have to play till Sunday night. I mean, that's a big advantage. And I mean, at least they both have it, but imagine like as the weeks go on. Now,
well, when you told me that, I was like, what a game. I'm so glad they both get the rest because I want it to be fun, and I think it's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, all these games should be fun. I'm that's the idea of being this deep in the playoffs, but I just want it to be like competitively balanced.
I want everybody healthy. I want best on best.
And dude, the one seeds, Denver and Seattle, they already had a full bye week. Now they're playing teams coming off short rest. It just doesn't feel right to me. You know what I mean?
It's good to be one.
Yeah, I guess so.
The king.
I guess so. Not the way I would have done it, but also I complain about everything, as you know. So just another thing for me to complain about.
Minix just texted, who's up bright and early. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Jason.
He said it also affects Nico Collins' availability for the concussion next week.
Absolutely it does. Yeah. But, I mean, and it's easy to say, well, if he would have gotten concussed on Sunday. But, I mean,
it matters. It does.
Literally 0 players ever have been concussed on a Monday night game and played on Sunday. It just doesn't happen. So, like, now what? The quality of the product is suffering? And
so now there's an argument.
And who's to say that Nico Collins could play on Tuesday? I don't even know.
But I don't want to preclude that option.
Exactly. And it's not the right way to do it. And it peeves me.
Let's write a sternly written letter. I agree with you.
They always get returned to me. I don't know if I'm putting the wrong kind of postage.
They can't do it all caps either. You have to kind of nuance your way through it. But a firmly written letter that begins, to whom it may concern, period.
Super wild card weekend is unnecessary. Give me 3 games Saturday, 3 games Sunday.
Harumph.
It's easy. I mean, what are we doing? Everybody can figure this out. I'm not a scientist, Rob. I'm a regular person.
Willing to help. Just offering my 2 cents worth.
I'm a regular person with the answer.
And I'm trying
and
to
they're
help.
not even listening to me.
That's such is life. You try to help, try to stand up tall, and they just chop you off like a weed.
Stupid idiots. The NFL doesn't know what they're doing. They don't have any.
If I was in control of the NFL, you know how famous and big it would be? If I was running the thing, boy, it'd be huge.
Oh, man.
I think it's big now.
I wish you wouldn't even
I've tried. I would keep applying.
It'd be unrecognizable.
They just refuse to see the talent that I offer.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a break. When we come back, Jalen Hurts was asked about his offensive coordinator. His answer might surprise you. We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You know, Connecticut water softener has been part of my life since I can remember. My very first home I bought back in the 90s had a Connecticut. One I have now has got a Connecticut. My parents got a Connecticut, had a Connecticut. That's all I knew. So when I was told there are water softeners out there that don't do what Connecticut does, I was kind of surprised. Like, I didn't know other people plugged their water softeners in. Mine doesn't plug in. It's never sucked 1 penny off of my power bill. It just works on kinetic energy. I also know it only works when I work. You know, I save on salt. I see some guys buying all this salt all the time. I can't imagine having to buy all that salt. That's just part of having a Connecticut. It takes care of my home, takes care of my pipes, takes care of my appliances. And I can't imagine you're not going to get a better warranty than I've got. Although I wouldn't know because I've never had to use my warranty. The Connecticut just works. If it's time for you to go get the very best, and you always thought it was unaffordable, man, you are so wrong. With your great credit, you can get it with 0% interest. There's money on your old water softener. And to prove it to you, if you're already plumbed for it, Connecticut will come out and put a water treatment system in your home for 90 days so you can find out. And once you do buy, and you will, you're going to get a free reverse osmosis drinking station. Man, I paid for it. You're going to get it for free. And they got all the decor to match your pretty kitchen, and you'll never have to worry about water bottles or anything like that again. in. So call Connecticut today at 656-PURE. ConnecticutSA.com's got all the details for you, but let me tell you, go get yourself a Connecticut, get the very best, and I know you're going to come by and thank me later.
You made the New Year's resolution to get back in shape, but what happens? You don't see results and give up. Want real results? Go to Synergenics and Low T Center for a free men's TRT test and $200 off the women's hormone test. Book now, getmyhealthfix.com. You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Joe, I've invented the perfect exercise machine. It's practical, efficient, and fits in any home. I give you the Row and Go. Ta-da! It's a rowing machine that connects to your toilet, so you can row and...
Stop. Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC will help homes stay in tip-top shape. Call Quarter Moon 651-5899.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 210-651-5899.
License number M16004, TACLA 141074E.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Let's go! You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
What is it that makes the all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid an incredible SUV? Is it the spacious interior that's comfy for the whole crew? Or the capability to go off-road? Maybe it's up to 600-plus miles of range. What if it's all of that and more? What is it then? The all-new Hyundai Palisade Hybrid. So much more than just another SUV. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Hello. Dang. Who is this, Edwin?
NF.
Inept?
No, NF.
Not the show, the music.
Yeah, it's NF. That's the name of the artist.
NF?
Yeah.
Man, you've got your ear to the streets. You got the pulse of the city.
Yeah.
You listen to that at home, that song?
It was on one of the video games I used to play.
Oh.
No, the artist was, not the song.
Oh, okay. Okay. What video game was that?
MLB The Show.
Okay.
Show?
Like 5 or 6 years ago.
Do you only play sports video games?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't like a
first person shooter.
Yeah, you don't want to be like a soldier or
I never got in.
A drug dealer. Or
I never got
thief.
into Halo. Or
stealing cars.
Okay.
Beating on
I mean, I'm a
hoes.
PlayStation guy, but I never got into the shooting games.
Yeah, I like Modern Warfare. I like the Call of Duty stuff. I like that.
I go all the way back to SOCOM days.
Oh yeah, it's been a long. I haven't. I don't think I've played a video game in probably 5 years now.
Yeah, COVID I got picked up then, but it kind of went away.
I'm very mature.
Oh yeah, my brother to this day, I wish I could. He still loves video games.
I bought a PlayStation 5, and I think I might have played it
plays.
once or twice, and my son plays it every day.
Yeah, my brother, it's his escape. Not mine, but I wish it was. It's just not my first thing to think of.
I mean, we've always got drugs, right?
Yeah, that's really my problem.
You know, that's
It's
our
not
escape.
a problem, really. It's just kind of my fun thing.
Well, that's our escape. Yes. There is seemingly no escape for Jalen Hurts from this hell that he is now in.
$40 million a year hell.
Oh, it's so $50 million. Don't
50,
short him.
That's right.
Don't short him. Jalen Hurts, remember, this is a guy this was his fourth coordinator in the last 4 seasons.
He has some excuses. He does, or reasons.
And Kevin Patullo this is a guy who had his house egged this season. He's been basically persona non grata since the beginning. And they asked the question at Hurts's locker, and they said, this is on locker clean-out day on their way home.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to have Coach Patullo back, or you want to speak up for Kevin Patullo here? Hurts said, "It's too soon to think about that. I put my trust in Howie, Nick, and Mr. Lurie." And by he means Howie Roseman, Nick Sirianni, and the owner, Jeffrey Lurie. And instead, he said he wants to find a home base for the offense, an identity for their offense. And he said, what kind of home base do you envision? They said, we've got time to figure it out. It was a challenging year. But this is a guy who he had 2 games this season where he didn't complete a pass in the second half. I mean, it's crazy.
Got a problem with that?
Yeah, I do.
Did they win?
Now, Saquon Barkley, they did win.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, who his stats are down. He ran for 865 yards fewer than he did a year ago. They asked Barkley about Kevin Patullo, and he said, I've got nothing but positive things to say about KP. I think the media has to point the finger at one person. That's what you guys have to do in your job. Somebody's got to catch the blame, especially when we had the season we had the year before. Do I think that's fair? No, I don't think that's fair at all. I think we should all be sharing the blame.
Well, that's a very diplomatic thing to say, Saquon.
And then they asked Jalen if he would be in on the conversations about offseason moves. He said, my line is always open. AJ and I will talk. We're in a great place. Maybe you all can talk to him and ask. And, of course, AJ Brown did not give those reporters a chance. He was not around.
Grabbed his gear and bolted.
Yeah, so and he left right after Sunday's loss. So he had, he didn't stick around for post-game anything Sunday. And so Sirianni had to talk about, it's just two passionate guys. Just two passionate guys who really want to win.
Some of me says patch this thing up and do it again. I mean, you're not going to have it. There's no way you get more talented. I mean, you'll never reach this level of offensive skill. Now, does that translate? This year didn't. But if you think you're going to add to the quality of your offense by getting rid of A.J. Brown or it won't. Now, you could alter your quarterback status. Some of this is, run it all back for the very same reason we were talking about Harbaugh with the Chargers and the offensive coordinator. At some point, you got to cut your quarterback a break. And I can't fire Jalen. I can't. He's what is he, $90 million against the cap or something ridiculous? So I can't fire him.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, we were talking about it with the Texans. Because Edwin said the Texans are the best defense in football, and I said, well, Seattle could say something about that. And we talked about it's the difference between having elite personnel and elite scheme, and right now, with the exception of quarterback, you could argue that the Eagles have as elite skill personnel as anybody in the league.
That's what I'm saying, but I can't change my quarterback.
And you can't change him. So does that mean you've got to change your scheme? And that's where because the roster makeup isn't a whole lot different than it was a year ago.
The line sucks, but yeah.
Obviously Lane Johnson being out was a huge blow to them. He's one of the best tackles in the world, but it's hard to imagine that one guy took you from being the best offensive line in history in the world to one of the below average ones. It doesn't make sense to me.
Dan, what's his name on ESPN? Former quarterback.
Orlovsky
talked about, it's obvious that Jalen Hurts' development is stunted. It has stopped. And it had improved over the years to the point where they were capable of winning a Super Bowl. But one of the issues has been every offseason, he's not learning to be a better quarterback. He's learning a new offense. And we're, 4 years into this now? 3-4 years consecutive, where his offseason isn't spent fine-tuning his craft like it was the first two.
Yeah.
It's spent learning new nomenclature and learning new offense, and more importantly, forgetting old nomenclature and old offense. So I don't know this Petula cat. I know what he offered this year was terrible. But it might be because Jalen was learning his third offense in 3 years and never could get on par with a couple of diva wide receivers and a bad line all kind of coming together. But I don't think Philadelphia could get themselves in a better place by doing anything other than trying it again.
Yeah.
Are you gonna stunt your $50 million quarterback one more year with another offense? Are you going to trade away a all-pro caliber wide receiver while you're trying to help your quarterback? Are you going to get rid of the play-action dude that you're already paying that'll help protect this quarterback that you've stunted for? I don't know where you fixed it. I think you're on this sinking ship that you're going to have to patch the holes up and try to keep it and get it to port one more year until you can get yourself out of it. And I think Petula's safe just because – what else can we possibly do?
I don't know that he's safe. So Kevin Petula did coach. He coached for Buffalo. I don't know. It was a long time ago. But he was like a receivers coach at a time where the Bills' best receiver was like Stevie Johnson. It was a sad time, it was the Ryan Fitzpatrick era. And I remember thinking like he was there and then he was gone. Like and nothing, certainly didn't get worse when he left. I don't know. To me, he's one of these guys who he's been around the league for a long time. It's hard to say like, this is a one-off thing. But you don't get the job as the Eagles OC if you haven't had some success somewhere. I just think that right now a head has to roll in Philly.
Well, also, I say all that. How can you possibly justify your offense that could not complete a pass in 2 games in an entire half?
It's terrible.
I don't care if we went undefeated. You can't do that. We're not a wishbone offense. We're not a run-predicated team. We do like to put it in the air once every series, and you couldn't complete a pass?
I just looked up the 2012 Bills roster where Kevin Petula was a assistant coach. Ryan Fitzpatrick was the quarterback. C.J. Spillard was the running back.
C.J.
Chris Hogan and Stevie Johnson were your top 2 wide receivers. Doran Dickerson was your tight end. What a bad offense. No wonder he got fired.
Jimmy's and Joe's in this one.
No, you're right. But he doesn't have that excuse now. Like he's got the guys, and he's not doing it.
You're right. He has no reason to keep his job other than familiarity. That's it. And unless you can show me that the problem was he just needs, he being Jalen Hurts, needs more time in this offense so he understands what we're trying to do, which I can't imagine is the issue. But that's the only way you keep him. But 4, 5 now offensive coordinators in 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
That's at some point, you got to go, well, we're just going to have to go with what we got. We obviously are not hiring very well.
In 2017, where Kevin Petullo was an offensive senior analyst?
A senior analyst, you tell me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Texas A&M University.
And that was in what year?
2017. That was a 7-6.
That was the
Kevin Sumlin year.
Yeah, that was the end of a Sumlin era.
That was the end of the Sumlin era.
Yeah. Sumlin's now coaching in the UFL.
Oh, I know. I get press conference or I get updates every day on my email.
He's aspiring to greatness.
I'm like, I don't care.
He's
dude.
back to inflict more harm. You think there's quarterbacks you can ruin? Give him a chance.
Yeah, I assure you, I don't care what Kevin Sumlin's up to in that phony football league.
Mr. Patillo spent some time in College Station, you tell me.
Yep.
Wow, well, good.
He's a good old.
Sure, that's a highlight on his resume.
1 year. It was a good one, though. It was what a great year. All right. When we return, let's start talking about the coaching carousel because now that Harbaugh said he was going to wait for the weekend, now he's waited for the weekend, and now the carousel's starting to spin.
Yeah, he talked to Atlanta, I think, yesterday.
I think he's also talked to the Giants, although it hasn't been officially released. There's a lot of buzz that he's talked to the Giants as well. So we'll kick that around. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bluebonnet Bunkin Biscuit is your headquarters for your daily days. When you're out away from home and you want to make sure your dogs are taken care of and having the fun they deserve, Bluebonnet Bunkin Biscuit is there. But I want you to consider those days when people are coming over, like the big game just around the corner. You're going to have a bunch of people around the house, and every time the doorbell rings, your dog loses his mind. Well, you don't need that. Bluebonnet Bunkin Biscuit offers superior training. Their expert trainers are going to take care of your dog and get them to a level of, confidence and comfortability that you can have them around the home. You can have them around other people, and that's you love your dogs. You don't have to put them away every time somebody comes over. That's why Bluebonnet Bunkin Biscuit comes in so handy, because not only can they take care of the training, they can take care of the dogs while you can't, whether you're in town running around or you're heading out for the weekend for that getaway you so justly deserve. Bluebonnet Bunkin Biscuit is there for you. They're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the airport, easy to get to right there on 35, just outside of 1604. You know where they are. 17,000 feet of play space, indoor and outdoor. The video monitoring, all the stuff you come to expect. Heck, they'll even give your dog a bath and pretty them up when you get them home. That's Bluebonnet Bunkin Biscuit out there on 35 for all of your pet needs, training to boarding. Call them today, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We're still dealing with this rollover accident on 1604 Frontage Road, eastbound Judson to Green Mountain. That is still closed. There is a wrecker on scene, so they're having a heck of a time getting that out of there. We've also got the exit ramp closed. 37 southbound approaching 410. That wreck has 2 left lanes blocked, and that has you stop and go from Hot Wells. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk. Available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Uncover the root of your problems and improve the quality of your life. I'm Dr. Torres from the Institute for Functional Health. For more than a decade, we have helped people restore energy, vitality, libido, and drive. Most patients come to us because they feel unheard or stuck. Schedule your discovery day. We'll talk about your history, run advanced testing, and build a personalized plan that fits your life. We have helped thousands of people just like you. Call 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. 210-468-1891.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226. 800-888-5226.
Celebrate the 17th annual Pork Rind Appreciation Day with PorkRinds.com and NFL legend Devin Hester. We're teaming up to support the Gridiron Greats Assistance Fund, helping retired players get the medical care they deserve. Want to get in the game? Visit PorkRinds.com to play their Crunch Time Hero game and enter daily to win a trip to the 2027 big game in LA, plus a year's supply of pork rinds. Grab the perfect low-carb snack and be your own Pork Rind Appreciation Day hero today at PorkRinds.com.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, good morning. No Victor Brown today. What a bum.
Did the cats get fed?
No. It was raining, too. Poor
know,
kitties.
That wasn't on my bingo
Yeah, where'd
card.
that come from? What the hell's going on?
I wasn't told there'd be pre-sip.
Yeah, who wants that? I don't like rain at nighttime.
No, when you wake up and you hear it, like, man, I got to drive in this.
I
this morning.
know. Yep. John Harbaugh, who, at least as of today, I have a hard time picturing this will change, is the hottest name in coaching free agency. And the rumors are out on where he may land. Now, the first spot he stopped was Atlanta. And what do you think of Atlanta as a job? Let's first discuss that.
I think it could be a sleeping giant.
Okay.
I think you've got an owner that's willing to pay. You've got an owner that's willing to make changes when required, which could be good or bad. I think you've got a fan base that is desperate for success. And I think that they've never had a coach that can provide a bedrock foundation. And I think all of those turned itself into a very intriguing job. I don't think it's the best job out there, but it would be the best hire Atlanta could make.
Of the teams that have openings, the only one that does not have a GM currently is Atlanta, which I don't think John Harbaugh would want to be the GM, but I think John Harbaugh would love to pick the GM.
Yeah, to make sure he's working with a compadre.
Yeah. So I think that is a pretty good tool. The other teams that have been mentioned the most are the New York Giants, who apparently since he was fired on Tuesday have been recruiting him hard.
Pay him anything he wants as long as he wants it.
That would be a big splash for the Giants. And the Giants, being in that media market, they need a big splash. That would make a lot of sense.
It just seems poetic and perfect.
Miami is apparently in that discussion, although obviously their GM that they've already hired has no ties to Harbaugh. So I don't know, how Harbaugh would feel about that.
Be hard to turn a Miami gig down. There's a lot of perks to that.
I mean, you've been coaching in Baltimore for a long time. There are some benefits. Although you still got it. All your roadies are up in hell.
But I'm going home after
that. The Tennessee Titans apparently are high on his list. They've got a lot of resources, a lot of salary cap room, a lot of people who still believe that Cam Ward is a good football player, which I don't. Although I do trust John Harbaugh is one of the people I trust to make a decision on a player more than me.
No doubt. But what
I think John Harbaugh probably knows a little more about NFL quarterbacks than I do, but we'll see.
Everything you just mentioned, I think, sounds wonderful if he wants to kind of go coach in a low-stress environment. He won't have to be too good a coach and have too much success to be revered in Tennessee. They don't need much.
The last team that's mentioned here is a team that does not have a head coach opening at the moment, and that is the Green Bay Packers. Adam Schefter has said that because of his deep Midwestern roots and ties, that John Harbaugh would be the top available choice for Harbaugh if the Packers job were to come open. It sounds like the team, if they decide to move on from LaFleur, would have a good chance of getting him. Also, Harbaugh's agent is Brian Harlan, who is the son of former Packers team president Bob Harlan. So there is a lot of connections there, apparently. I think that would make a lot of sense, honestly. I think whoever gets him is getting a win. But if I'm him, if the Packers are open, I'm looking at the Packers. If the Packers aren't open, I'm probably looking at the Giants. I think that's probably the way I would go about it.
Do you want to work for a corporation?
What do you mean?
If you're a coach, I mean, Gutekunst is the team president, and he's essentially the owner.
Yeah,
but
and they say they're going to give him more power.
Yeah, so you'll at least have a point of focus. I think it certainly provides the softest landing spot for him. I think if you're not looking to reinvent the wheel, you go to Green Bay because they got a foundation. There's a process. There's the Green Bay way, and you will come in and you'll do things the Green Bay way. And that's kind of meshes with the Harbaugh way, whatever that might be. There's a consistency of effort, and there's a type of player that Baltimore and Green Bay do kind of share. But that's the softest spot. I don't think it's the best spot. I think if Harbaugh wants to grow his legacy and status and all that, which I think in the heart of every coach at that level they do, it's the Giants gig. You want to talk about front and center gig, that's it. After that, if you want to land with the most potential for great success long-term that you can shape your literal future, it's Atlanta.
Yeah.
If you really want to be bold and go someplace where you can build everything in your image, kind of like what you did in Baltimore, it would be Atlanta. You'd have a blank check. Arthur Blank would give you everything you wanted. He's the epitome of what Blank has been chasing and never been able to afford or lure in. I think at the end, though, the Giants, I can't imagine turning down that job.
Yeah. I guess the only thought would be if you are not fully sold on Jackson Dart, which Jackson Dart looked fine for a rookie, but there's a world where
but he could come in and say I don't like him, and they'd say fine. Let's figure out a way to get out from underneath this. Let's go get a quarterback. He could do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you're over-invested in him.
No, you're into this, and you could still go draft a quarterback and figure it out. That would be, there's a lot of other stuff that goes along with that, but I do think there's some flexibility there. But the easiest landing spot, and I wouldn't blame him, would be Green Bay. Heck, that's a playoff team that really a couple of dudes and continuity is probably right back where they are, and you don't have to do that much.
C-Note says they just signed LaFleur to an extension. I haven't seen anything like that.
Seen that.
I just scrolled through Twitter, and I'm not seeing anything like that yet. It wouldn't shock me. That's the right move.
Yeah, I'm not mad at LaFleur, but that's why I think it's such a great landing spot because the job's kind of pretty set.
For me, it's really simple. If if you were to say, okay, rank these jobs 1 through 8.
I get Micah Parsons, him. 1.
I mean, well, no. For me, it's if that job were to open, if the Packers job were to open, like Jordan Love's your quarterback, like that's the way I would look at it.
That's respectable.
Because whatever you think of Jordan Love, and I think Jordan Love is an above-average quarterback.
Respectable.
The other options are Cam Ward, Jackson Dart.
Well, those are pieces of clay that I could mold.
Who knows what's happening in Miami? Who knows what's going to happen in Vegas? Cleveland's got Shedeur Sanders. Who knows? The only place where the quarterback situation is better that's got a job opening is the one that just fired John Harbaugh. So
yeah.
I don't think he's up for that job. So if that job were to open, I think it's the best available. But I don't expect it to be open. I did expect LaFleur, again maybe he has. I haven't found that, but if I would expect the Packers to re-sign LaFleur.
Well, if the Giants let him slip through their fingers, what's GM's name again?
Joe Shane.
Joe Shane, GM bro. Exit papers are imminent.
Yeah, another hot name that has popped up a lot in this coaching cycle is Mike McCarthy.
There's some. There's a ripple effect for things I would like to happen, and one of them involves Mike Tomlin leaving, and I don't want that to happen. But if he were, in fact, to leave, and Mike McCarthy can find a way to go interview for the Pittsburgh Steelers job, that'd be proof that God loves us.
The great thing about if you get the Steelers job, it's very hard to get fired. Like that's a very
perk.
coveted job.
That's definitely a perk.
Like if
brother.
you take the Raiders job, you might be gone next month. But you take that Steelers job, you're probably locked in for 10 years.
But you'll probably get it at a little bit of a lesser rate per year, but you'll get some continuity. And there's some. And if Pittsburgh's looking to change, I think the first thing they're looking to change is they want to be a more offensive team. They want to be more of a team that puts points on the board and celebrates touchdowns instead of 4th and out, 3 and out punts. So I do think that he might get a leg up. But, yeah, I like the idea of McCarthy coming back. I think the league's better, and I think he's a good enough coach to get at least an opportunity. I'm not going to call him a great coach, but we know he's been able to put lightning in a bottle. He can certainly coach a great quarterback. He's done that too.
Yeah. There's an article where they do it's called Head Coach Matchmaker. Who are the best fits for every open coaching position?
Got an idea for a TV show on the Ocho.
Arizona, Robert Saleh. What would you think of that?
I like that. I think you'd probably learn some pretty valuable lessons with some tough owners in New York. I think it would be a good fit.
Atlanta, Mike McDaniel.
Oh.
That would surprise me.
That would be. I'm not sure that's good for either party.
I still think Mike McDaniel is I think Mike McDaniel can be an elite offensive coordinator.
Who's the DC for Kansas City? I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Spagnuolo.
Go be Spags and go win Super Bowls as an OC.
Yeah. I would talk to Shanahan and ask if I can get back on that staff.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens. Boy, this one's wild. Cliff Kingsbury. Careful what you wish for, but
that's
if
Lamar Jackson, baby. That's
what I'm saying. It is a hell of a fit. He most recently worked with Jaden Daniels.
I'm in, man. I like that. You know what? It sounds just crazy enough to work.
Cleveland Browns, Jim Schwartz, their current defensive coordinator.
Sure. You're not going to. Whoever shows up there ain't going to survive to see success.
The Raiders. I think this is a great hire if they were to do this. Clint Kubiak, the Seattle OC, who I think is very, very good and is going to keep being good.
And you know the inner workings of the Raiders far more than me. But don't you feel like you need to go get a coach with some merit, some weight?
Yeah, they just tried it.
No, well, yeah,
I mean, come on, he's a Super Bowl champion.
I'll give you that. But but I'm talking about kind of and he's got every box checked. You're right, Carroll does, but the stern figurehead, my way or the highway kind of. We got to fix this franchise that wasn't Carroll. Carroll's going to make do to get through and coach you up, make you love what you're doing, and go win football games. I'm talking about a dude that says, no, we're going to do it this way. I don't care what you say. I know why.
I think you need to get somebody who can make a quarterback not be terrible. And I'm looking at what Clint Kubiak has a.
No, I'm not fighting it, but just in my mind, when I thought, who should the Raiders hire? I don't know which guy it is, but I know what I want the attitude to look like.
The Dolphins has Jesse Minter, the Chargers DC.
Well, why wouldn't Kubiak go there?
I do think I think the Dolphins want. I think their Dolphins are prioritizing Harbaugh I think they want a defensive guy though.
I'm just saying, if you're looking for offense, that's a team that seems to thrive and want that.
And is like I know Stephen Ross being a Michigan man. I think he covets Harbaugh ties, but we'll see if that happens. And then it says Giants Harbaugh and Titans Stefanski. So that would leave Mike McCarthy out of this cycle.
Well, it wouldn't surprise because the Stefanski variable is one we don't talk about because he's going to get a job.
Yeah. Harbaugh and Stefanski are the two guys who got fired that I'm pretty sure will be hired this cycle. I don't know about Mike McDaniel.
I love Kingsbury. I love this idea.
That'd be a bold move.
You know what, man? Swing for the fences. You got 3 more years of a highly mobile, active Lamar. Use it for all it's worth.
Yeah,
I'm in.
It's a bold strategy. A guy whose his only head coaching stint was a failure. I mean, let's just call it what it is. And that was with a quarterback that most people thought was tailor-made for him in Kyler Murray. I think it's highly unlikely Mike McDaniel gets a job this cycle. And
he needs to go away, eat a sandwich.
That's what I would do. Like, spend a couple days at the shelter, get your hair combed, like
just get right with yourself.
Get a haircut, get a shave, put on a clean shirt. Go back to reading books and stuff. Like,
do what you were, man.
I know he used to read books when he first got that job. He was a book reader. Now it's like he's tearing out pages of books to roll up drugs.
Well, when he was in San Francisco, didn't he say he would never coach anywhere where weed was illegal?
I think he did say that. Huh. Well,
that narrows down the opportunity.
Yeah, limits your job opportunity.
Job opportunity in Denver.
I think New York is illegal.
Oh no, it's legal now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
you can co-coach with the Jets or the Giants.
Okay.
He's good in Washington.
What about Georgia?
No, I think you'd be up a creek there.
Okay. You got to be careful. Yeah, got to be careful with you. I mean, when you make these decisions,
there are ramifications.
Matters. Really matters. SA Texan says, "How about Brian Flores?" Yeah, I'm disappointed to not see his name mentioned on this list because
we know his hurdles.
Yeah, but he also seems to be if he's not going to get a head coaching job, he seems like he's going to get first choice of whatever defensive coordinating job he wants.
Like if I'm Cliff.
Yeah.
That's a call I make.
That's a call I'd absolutely make. And Brian Flores with the Ravens seems like it would probably be a good cultural fit. Although I think Brian Flores would be a good head coach for the Ravens.
That's the one reason I might not call if I'm Cliff because I might be hiring my replacement. But I'll sacrifice that.
I'll be honest. Like, why not hire
Flores and bring
in Cliff as an OC?
Because I want to be head coach if I'm Cliff. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure Cliff wants to be head coach, but I don't know.
Pay me as such and guarantee me enough money, I'll do just about anything.
You were not a good head coach when you were a head coach.
Just saying. I got a quarterback that fits my bill.
So there you go. There's your look at things. Who do you think would be best served by getting a guy like Mike McCarthy?
A team that's trying to fix an offense, a team that's got an adequate quarterback that needs
adequate.
Not to. You don't have to have a great one, because I think he did wonderful things with Dak. And Dak's not a highly skilled, but he's a very good quarterback, and I think a lot of that's due to Mike McCarthy's tutelage.
Atlanta feels like a good fit then?
I think it could be. I think that there's some symmetry to a team that's very offensively talented, but challenged both mentally and defensively. There's some symmetry to what he's done with an owner like Arthur Blank, who's very out there like Jerry. I think he'd be very comfortable there.
It's so funny to read these things because I feel so differently about Cam Ward than apparently the rest of the media does. So, for instance, it says Stefanski's talking about Stefanski to the Browns or to the Titans. Stefanski's a 2-time coach of the year. While his run in Cleveland ended, many of his issues were stemmed from the organization never solving the quarterback issue. That would not be a problem in Tennessee, where the Titans have Cam Ward.
That doesn't mean that issue's been settled. That means at least he's inheriting an opportunity.
No, it says the hardest part of a rebuild, finding a quarterback, is already in place.
Well, again, I don't care who wrote that. You don't know
what?
You don't know what you're speaking of. But at the very least, yes, he has a quarterback that could. He doesn't have to worry about a draft pick. He could. But I think most of us who've seen says that if he is, it's going to be a few years.
SA Texan says McDaniel is Texans OC. McDaniel would be coveted as an OC wherever.
Oh, I would like him.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, no doubt. He would be a good one to have. All right, I'm going to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is the place where you want to be getting on the action for these NFL games. And I had some action going last night. And unfortunately, Nico Collins being injured ended up hurting the cause a little bit. But that's all right. You back in the saddle with Underdog. The game is simple. You pick your favorite players. They're going to go higher or lower on their stats. Touchdowns, receptions, receiving yards, rushing yards, whatever it is. And if you're right, you could win up to 5,000 times your money. That is a lot of times your money, 5,000 times your money. It's simple. Go download the app. Use my promo code ALAMO. You'll score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code ALAMO. Underdog, make picks, and win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Hello, this is Jason Thompson, and as you know, I've been practicing law here in San Antonio for more than 30 years, helping people and families injured in traffic collisions. So I'm often asked, what is the worst thing you can do after a traffic collision? And the answer is easy. That's trying to handle it on your own without an attorney. Insurance companies have spent billions perfecting their strategy of paying nothing or as little as they can get away with. It wouldn't be David versus Goliath. It would be David versus a million Goliaths. You have no chance. Using AI for help is even worse because AI routinely gives dangerously inaccurate legal advice. It is laughably bad on the law. So bad that a lawyer filing a document drafted by AI will likely be disbarred in Texas. Keep it simple. Just call me. My name is Jason Thompson. I'll give you a free review of your case with no obligation to hire me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or my website, alawyerforus.com. That's alawyerforus.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, the big game's almost here, if you know what I mean. And if your dog goes wild every time the doorbell rings, it's time for a new game plan. Whether you scored a brand new puppy over the holidays or your current MVP needs better discipline, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit's ready to help coach him up. Sign your dog up for professional training sessions focused on winning behavior. From boarding and daycare to expert training, Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit is here for you. Call them today at 210-750-1298. That's 210-750-1298 today.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If the power goes out in the middle of winter, do you have a way to stay warm? If not, you need the Vesta off-grid space heater from My Patriot Supply. It's compact, safe to use indoors, and best of all, it doesn't need electricity. Right now, you can get a free Vesta and other bonus gifts when you order the Winter Survival Kit from My Patriot Supply. Just go to mypatriotsupply.com to see everything included. That's mypatriotsupply.com.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working an accident on Loop 410 on the frontage road southbound at 151. 2 left lanes are blocked. Got a wreck at Northwest Military Highway at Wurzbach Parkway. Slowing down along 281 southbound Stone Oak Parkway to Bassey, about a 15-minute ride. And also about 15 minutes on Highway 90 eastbound from 211 on over to Loop 410. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NFL, the divisional round is set after last night's game. The Houston Texans rocked the Steelers 30-6, led by the best defense in the NFL, allowing the Steelers' offense only 175 yards. Questions now follow. Is this the end for Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers? And is Mike Tomlin going to stay? In other NFL news, the Dallas Cowboys continue their defensive coordinator search. They have a few more interviews set for the week. Arizona head coach Jonathan Gannon and Baltimore defensive coordinator Zach Orr will interview today. In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight as they're in Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. They're 3-0 against OKC this season. Tip-off is set for 7 and will be broadcast on the FanDuel Network. Devin Vassell is still out with an abductor strain. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, good morning, everybody. I'm getting old, Rob.
Keep it to yourself.
Feel it in my back. I'm waking up with back pain now.
Yeah.
What do I do?
You suck it up and carry on.
Man, I feel like I should just give up.
Well,
I just want to give up.
Ice pads, heating pads.
Yeah.
Tylenol.
Just tell me to give up hope. It's way easier than doing all that other
Well,
stuff.
you can do that.
That's the move. Let's face it. That's the move. Couple of big moves in college football. In the transfer portal. Sam Leavitt has committed to LSU, and he will be Lane Kiffin's first project as coach of the Tigers.
Tell me, when you said that, you went, of course he went to LSU.
Yeah.
Of course he was going to head. Of course. Perfect.
He had visited Miami, Tennessee, and Kentucky. He was...
Why the hell did he go to Kentucky?
I don't know. I mean, I guess they offered him a bunch of money. I'm not really sure. But when he went to LSU, it was kind of a weird situation. He was with Kiffin at the LSU basketball game. And at that time, it was when Damon Williams, the Washington quarterback, announced he was jumping into the portal and leaving Washington, which he's now since flipped back on, and which everybody's going to love that. Oh, yeah, we welcome you back. Never happened, sure. But it was, at the time, remember, it was thought that Damon Williams was wanting to come to LSU. So Sam Leavitt's sitting there at a game with Lane Kiffin. His phone's going off.
Jeez, me.
It was awkward. But Kiffin, he worked his ass off on him. Apparently, Kiffin actually flew to Knoxville to meet with Leavitt after he visited with Tennessee. Like, as soon as he walked off Tennessee's campus, There was Lane Kiffin, Lane Kiffin, it takes some big balls for Lane Kiffin to show up in Knoxville, Tennessee.
I love this.
But he showed up in Knoxville, Tennessee, and apparently got the job done. Now, a lot of these guys, a lot of people have said LSU has struggled in the portal. They're starting to figure it out.
Well, it's LSU.
It was the same thing with Texas. Texas was losing some guys. And then they replaced them with guys who were higher rated.
I'm not worried about their recruiting. This is LSU and Lane Kiffin. They got money. They got opportunity. They're going to be just fine.
This is a guy with some mobility. This is a guy who,
he's a riverboat gambler. He is built to play for Lane Kiffin, and Kiffin's going to get that transfer every year. There's a guy like him, like Levitt, like the quarterback at the Giants, those guys that love to play the swashbuckling Lane Kiffin offense. He's going to get that guy every year.
LSU's added 8 transfer wideouts, including most notably 4-star Eugene Wilson from Florida, Jace Brown from Kansas State, and Trey Brown III from Old Dominion. So he'll have guys around him. And after last year, which was a disaster at quarterback, Nussmeier was terrible.
Did not live up.
LSU was. Their quarterback play was so poor. This is a big deal. Now, this is interesting because Carson Beck is about to play the last game of his college football career. And the overriding thought was that Sam Levitt was going to play quarterback at Miami next year.
Mm-hmm.
Appears that's not going to happen now.
No, and then I thought Raiola was plan B.
Well, that's also changed, which we'll get to
Raiola
in a
was
moment.
plan B. So Miami is, due to their longevity here, kind of going to be behind the 8 ball. They're not getting dudes I thought they were going to get.
Of the top 11 quarterbacks in the rankings, only the number 6 quarterback, Hassan Longstreet, is uncommitted. So Miami, while being in the championship game is awesome, you are a little behind on some of the other stuff that's been going on.
Well, just bring home the ring and we won't worry about it.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's an interesting takeaway. Getting Sam Levitt, a huge deal for LSU, and now Dylan Raiola, the former Nebraska
I know you're not a
quarterback.
fan. I think he's got pro all over him. I think he's got size. He's got an arm. He's an average leader, and he's just volatile enough for me to like him because he eventually will let me down. But there's something about him I like.
He has a lot of physical tools. I think it's beyond weird how
he's a merc.
He does everything he can to try to be and act exactly and look exactly like Patrick Mahomes.
It is a little odd.
And then when people mention it, he's like, "Why are you guys talking about it? It's so weird."
I like the haircut.
It's like, dude, you're the weird one.
You talk like Kermit the Frog. You never talked like that before.
I don't know where you guys are getting this. That I want to be the quarterback of the Chiefs. I never said that. No, it's very odd. But he is headed to Oregon now. He's going to stay in the Big Ten. He got a lot better as the year went on.
I think he's going to throw for a mile next year.
He might. Dan Lanning will get his hands on him. But now there's still no official Dante Moore decision.
Well, it ain't going to be in Oregon.
Dante Moore, if Dante Moore declares for the draft, he will be the second pick in the draft.
Probably.
At worst.
Well, he'll be the second quarterback taken. I don't know if he'll be the second pick.
The Jets have the second pick.
Yeah, I'm not saying it won't be, but I think after the Oregon performance, whoever drafts him is going to have to justify a lot.
Yeah, I just have a hard. The Jets, if they trade out of the two, with the quarterbacks that the Jets were running out this year.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be, but whoever drafts him is going to have to say the last time you saw him, that's not him. Because the last taste in my mouth was this dude needs to go back to school.
Well, I mean, if Fernando Mendoza gets sacked 6 times, you're going to change your mind on him?
No, and going into that game, I thought he was the best quarterback in the draft, but he was exposed for the weaknesses that he would show in the pros, that the decision-making isn't there, and he's too fast, his footwork isn't right, his over-the-top motion isn't good. There's a lot of those little things that were completely exposed where I go, maybe you should go back to school, or you're a second-round draft pick. You'll still be the second quarterback taken, but there's just not a lot of talent coming out.
I mean, Dante Moore is already better than Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders, and I wouldn't have a problem taking him in the first. Like, I'm not thrilled about him. Like, I don't think he's going to be some great shakes, but I think he's a first round quarterback. And when you look at the top of the draft and you see Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, there's going to be some quarterbacks going real early.
I think he's going to have to decide something because it won't be Oregon. There's a reason Raiola signed. He was assured. He was told, you're coming to play, and you're not going to have to fight for your job, and I don't care what Dante's going to do. It won't be done in Oregon.
That's wild.
It is crazy, but I think the decision was made because Dante's going pro.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't – it's just going to be a difficult sell for whoever drafts him because most NFL fans are novices, but they did see him play one game, and he got waxed in the game they saw him play.
Yeah. But listen, you could find a lot of bad Dylan Raiola film, too.
Oh, let me tell you, I saw 4 great passes this year that I'll go, man, those are like photographed. I'll remember them for that season. And 2 of them were Dante's. That pass against Penn State that won the football game, and then a pass in Iowa in a driving rainstorm to win it late. And in those 2 passes, I went, that's an NFL quarterback.
You were pretty high on him. I feel like
up until Friday. And I'm not saying he shouldn't be, but I'll tell you, if the average football fan in the NFL just knows the name, they didn't see him play, but they did see him play in a national semifinal game where his first pass was a pick 6 and his team never recovered. So, yeah, he's got all the stuff in a workout, but when I saw him, yikes.
So you wouldn't want him now?
No, I'm just saying I would if I'm the Jets and I go to that fandom who's pretty gun-shy on my draft picks, and the last time they saw the second pick overall, he gave up 52, or he gave up a pick 6 and just a terrible game. And you go, that's the dude.
But the alternative is you don't draft a quarterback and you have Justin Fields again.
I'm just saying,
or Russell Wilson.
You'd have to have a massive PR campaign until he played his first game, because I don't trust anything you do as the Jets and as far as quarterbacks go.
Yeah. I agree that Dylan Raiola is probably going to he's set up for success at Oregon. I just don't know if he's that good. And now he's coming off a broken leg.
There's a lot there, but I'll tell you,
it's like the same leg that Patrick Mahomes hurt. I don't like to brag, but yeah, we hurt our same leg.
He is built. He ain't, but he's built like Josh Allen. He's about 6'4", can throw the ball about 80 yards downfield, accurate as all get out. He was a phenomenal high school quarterback.
Oh yeah, I mean he was a 5-star guy.
He's got everything there. And when I did see the limited times I did see him against Nebraska. Yeah, he's a little loose with the ball, but he's got an NFL arm. And there's no question that if you're looking for a 15-yard out cannon and you put a stopwatch on it, there ain't 2 quarterbacks in the country who can do that.
I don't know that he's got. I don't know that he's got the size. I mean, maybe I'm underestimating his size. I figured he was like a normal size.
No, he's a little bit bigger than you think.
Okay, but I was reading that there is a world where it says this is a story written on CBS. In an era where college football quarterbacks rarely have the patience to sit for more than a year or 2 before jumping into the portal, the story in Oregon may be brewing that would completely buck that trend. It says, it sounds ridiculous, but a reality is emerging that Dante Moore may be the quarterback for the Oregon Ducks next year, and this Raiola could be coming in to basically have sort of a paid internship year and then take over the year after that.
Does anybody ask Dominic this?
I mean,
if I'm Lanning, I'm all about it. Yeah, come on. I'd love to have you both here. And I'll redshirt you, and I'll give you a nice apartment, and I'll pay you $8 million a year if I know you're going to be here next year.
If the money spins, I mean, I think it's going to. Now, today is the 13th. That means tomorrow is the NFL draft declaration deadline. So we'll know. I mean, we'll know by showtime on Thursday. I think
he's coming out.
I would assume. I mean,
it's the chase to the second contract. I don't care that you'll make more in college, but that second contract, when dollar values triple, quadruple, quintuple, it's a race to that.
It is. I mean, remember, they're saying the sources are saying it's a 50-50 toss-up for him to return. And those percentages have gone up and down as the season went along. Midway through the year, those around Moore felt it was a lock he'd return for the 2026 season. And that shifted late in the year following his strong play and Will Stein leaving for Kentucky. But there is, I mean, to me, this is it's a really easy decision for Moore. You're a top 5 pick. If you're a top 5 pick, you go.
Yes.
There's too many things that can go wrong for you.
And
like you could just be a disaster. You could break your leg. A lot of things could happen. Just go get the money while you can. And if you suck in the NFL, you suck in the NFL, and there's not much that we can do about that.
I do get the sense that if he's even considering staying, he's got a lot of people around him who know that there's some significant weaknesses in his game. And once he starts working out for real quarterback coaches, that it will be exposed. Like you do, and it was kind of shown on that Friday night because, like you just said, all year he was 1 or 2. I mean, there was no doubt that he was not coming out.
Do you think there's a world where he is trying to circumvent going to the Jets?
No, I think that's entirely plausible. Probably not entirely possible. I think it's plausible. I would accept that. Do anything not to go play in New York. I'd accept that.
If he were my son, I'd say, son, I want you to really think about it.
Especially knowing you could go anywhere in the country and make $6 million.
Yeah, you can make good money next year, but it's either do it where you want to do it or do it as a New York Jet.
And I think that is entirely good advice. I don't have a problem with that.
God, what a joke franchise. I mean,
well, they're not the only franchise I would say that about, but they're the one that's drafting him now.
The Raiders are one too, but you can't. I mean, the Raiders have the first pick, so if you want to play in the pros, you got to, you got to do what you got to do. But yeah, I do find it fascinating. They apparently the Oregon also recruited Drew Mestamaker, who ended up at Oklahoma State. But Raiola is the guy. And apparently it says Raiola, his camp communicated to Oregon that he'd be willing to sit behind Moore for a year if he came back to Eugene.
Well, that Nike money is good money, let me tell you.
Because he hasn't had a red shirt.
No, this Nike money must be phenomenal. We'll pay you $6 million to come sit and hold a clipboard?
Yeah, we will pay you to red shirt. That's the new thing.
I'll raise my hand. That's like self-imposed load management with a raise.
Yep. And Oregon keeps throwing these dudes into the draft. Bo Nix, Dylan Gabriel.
No, I mean, there's a reason I go play for Lanning because I'm going to come out pro ready. It's like going and playing for Calipari. You might not be a world champion, but you're going to be ready for the league.
Yep. All right. Let's take a little break. And then speaking of Nike money and Oregon money, I want to talk about what's going on at Indiana with Mark Cuban because he's throwing some dollars around now.
Good for him, man.
We'll talk about that coming up next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You know, did you wake up this morning feeling good, ready to attack that brand new workout that you began just 11 days ago? If you're still working out and feeling no pain, carry on. But eventually you're going to get hurt, and that pain might keep you out of the game that you're trying to run. That new health quest that you're in for 2026, don't let a soft tissue injury slow you down. Call Arosty today. They're going to get you fixed and back in the game. They're all around San Antonio. They accept most insurances, and they fix what ails you fast. In fact, under 4 visits, according to a study done by their patients across this great country. And above and beyond that, you know, over 98% of all the Arosty patients would happily recommend it to their friends and family because it works. So if you're dealing with something that's keeping you out of your workout regimen or just keeping you out of life, what are you waiting on? Call them right now. The number is 1-800-404-6050. The reason I say call them right now is you don't need a referral. You could be in there today with your insurance card getting taken care of. Don't let pain keep you from doing the things that you love or you plan to do. Call Arosty today. They're going to get you fixed. And when they do, come on by. Thank me later.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hello, this is Jason Thompson, and as you know, I've been practicing law here in San Antonio for more than 30 years, helping people and families injured in traffic collisions. So I'm often asked, what is the worst thing you can do after a traffic collision? And the answer is easy. That's trying to handle it on your own without an attorney. Insurance companies have spent billions perfecting their strategy of paying nothing or as little as they can get away with. It wouldn't be David versus Goliath. It would be David versus a million Goliaths. You have no chance. Using AI for help is even worse because AI routinely gives dangerously inaccurate legal advice. It is laughably bad on the law. So bad that a lawyer filing a document drafted by AI will likely be disbarred in Texas. Keep it simple. Just call me. My name is Jason Thompson. I'll give you a free review of your case with no obligation to hire me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or my website, alawyerforus.com. That's alawyerforus.com.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Blue Star Tequila, the world's first and only night-harvested tequila. This is tequila that's natural, unfiltered best, made with 100% blue agave and totally additive-free. Smooth, vibrant, and full of character. It's tequila the way it was meant to be. So whether you're chasing championships or celebrating the moment, raise your glass to bold beginnings and taste the Blue Star difference.
Find Blue Star Tequila near you at Specs, Costco, and Alamo City Liquor.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
All right. Morning Huddle 94.1. How are we doing out there, American citizens of the world? I mean, I guess even not American citizens might listen to our show. That's all right. Let's see. Josh says, if you ain't in love with one of these QBs, you're calling Houston to see what it would take to get Dak Stroud from Houston. I don't think they're going to move on
Dak
from
Stroud. I like that.
I don't think they're moving on from C.J. Stroud anytime soon. Let's see. Colby says Moore will challenge Mendoza for the #1 pick. Rob thought Nussmeier would be the best quarterback in this draft.
I also liked Will Levis, so don't trust me.
That's true. Rob is
I have an eye for quarterbacks like the Cowboys have an eye for offensive linemen.
Yeah. And then Eagle fan says Diego Pavia have any shot in the pros? He might be smaller than Murray. I don't think so. I think that's what anybody who's fighting for like year 20 of eligibility in college knows that his pro prospects are pretty limited. And also now it's turned out that he's a giant douchebag. Like the NFL teams don't like stuff like that.
You're not good enough to act like that.
And Gilbert says Ty Simpson sounds like a Jet quarterback. Ty Simpson kind of looks like a Jet quarterback.
And poor Ty Simpson. Don't go to just don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
Ty Simpson's crossing his fingers that Dante Moore declares, so he can skip the Jets and
end up selling real estate in Long Island.
Yeah. Mark Cuban is now starting to spin some dough. He says that Indiana's NIL efforts is like the NBA salary cap. They asked him about the money that he's spending. He's obviously the wealthiest Indiana NIL donor. No shocker. But they asked Cuban about giving money to the program, and he said they earned it. The first time I was like, okay, let's see what happened. The second time, we know it works. I talked to them about different players and what their strategy was. The previous year, it all made sense, and I wanted to be a part of it. And so Cuban hasn't said that he hasn't said how much money he's given. But the most popular bar in Bloomington is a bar called Kilroy's on Kirkwood. He said, let's just say it's enough to buy that bar.
Yeah.
He says, everybody's talking about we don't have any 5 stars, but that's what's important when they ask me for money. It was like, I'm not going to give you money just so you can bid the highest for everybody. It's like the NBA salary cap. You got to be able to fit in slots and find guys who know their roles.
Oh, he's loving this.
And that's where Cignetti's been a stud. In basketball, you've got to know your role. Not everybody gets to be the star. Something that Fernando Mendoza said about him being recruited really stood out. He said when he talked to Coach Sig about winning the Heisman, he said quarterbacks don't win Heismans, teams win Heismans. If you don't have the offensive line, the receivers, the system, you're not going to get it done. And right now, Indiana has the number 10 transfer portal class that includes Josh Hoover, the quarterback from TCU, the one who was at least earlier before this last season was accused of being a furry. Do you remember that?
Yes.
You think that flies better in Bloomington, Indiana than it does in Fort Worth, Texas?
I don't think. Can he throw touchdowns?
Yeah.
And then you can fur your ass up all you want.
I don't think they like. I don't think they like
go
furries
at it,
in
baby.
Fort Worth.
Go at it. Do what you do. Just go throw touchdowns.
Cuban has said he will be in attendance to the national championship game, and he asked his social media about the ticket prices because he's worried about what it's going to cost to get in the door, I guess.
Oh yeah. Well,
but yeah, it's nice when you have some success and suddenly one of your big time donors shows up and says, you know what? Yeah,
that's
I like the way you're doing it.
We're looking at the modern formula. You don't need to buy a professional franchise now. You can be a billionaire and rent one for 5 years and just become a benefactor and get a front row parking spot and have a say in the players, fly with the coaches. You get a fandom experience, and it only costs you about $50 million. But for that $50 million out of $1 billion, heck, that's a hell of a vacation. And you get to spend the 5 years putting your money where your mouth is, being the general manager, putting money down and taking the glory when you got it and disappearing when it goes. I mean, it's a marvelous new world to spread income amongst the common people. Let the billionaires go buy a football team and give all these kids some money. I'm all about it. It's absolutely insane.
I mean, and it's working. That's it. And dude, hearing Mark Cuban talk about this, like, and saying that Cignetti looks at it like a salary cap, like not everybody gets to be a star. It's hard to like. It's easy to say that's how you want to build your team. It's actually hard to do.
Well, you got to find players that accept that,
right?
You know, like it's easy for everybody else to say, "I'm a star." I don't know what y'all are,
because the best players generally don't want to accept. The best players want to be stars.
I'm a star.
You're trying to find the best players who are okay not being stars.
You can do this with the franchise. Because you got to have the buy-in. And you know, Saban, I think, is the most recent example of a collegiate program that for a decade consistently had 3 starters at every position. You know, they had the next starter and the next starter after that. Everybody was already on the roster. That no longer is the thing. You don't get to do that anymore. You got to go buy it every year. And if you can sell it and you can be the model, and I only know basketball through and through, and if you can be the Calipari model where I'll get the Jimmies and Joes, and every now and again I'll compete for a title. But it won't be as often as you think. But guess what? You get to celebrate as a fan
for 12 months a year, because not only do you get to celebrate my wins, you get to celebrate my transfer portal acquisitions. You get to celebrate my 5 stars that are showing up. You get to celebrate my billionaire that's showing up and putting all this stuff in. It's a year-round kind of sustaining engine that Calipari was the first one to realize that in the basketball world. Now, Texas fan is very well aware of winning February, but Indiana is not. Indiana ain't used to opening up the paper on portal day and seeing that they've got this guy and that guy. It's feeding this engine that Cuban understands. He understands the engine that makes money and promotes success, and he's seen it early, and he's going to foster this, man. Indiana's in it for a minute now.
I think when Cignetti declined to even discuss the Penn State job and just signed an extension, this program is kind of turning into a monster.
And he can build it in his own aura. He doesn't have to look at some previous coach, some dude that did, well, we did it this way. Well, everything you did before I got here was wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever I say, you better listen and say yes and do it fast, because I'm the guy that's saving this boat.
I doubt that Indiana will be, regardless of what happens on Monday, I doubt Indiana will be the preseason favorites going into next year.
No.
But they'll be in the top 10, which is unheard of. Unheard of.
At some point, we're going to accept they're here to stay. Now, I think even the biggest avid Indiana fan that didn't go to Indiana still has some questions. Is this maintainable? I mean, you did luck into a quarterback that no one saw coming.
Yeah.
And you did manage to procure that offensive line.
Did you luck into one, or did Cignetti find the guy that fits what he
and
wants?
That's why I want to see next year. So, and especially as now you're deciding amongst 5 stars. You used to just be able to decide that 4-star guy wants it. Well, now 5 stars are standing there, and you got to start discerning that, and that's the true witchcraft. How big of a 5-star are you? Are you just a regular 5-star, or are you a super 5-star?
Well,
are you worth the effort? Or
not just that, but now you're going to be you're not going to be recruiting against Purdue and Illinois anymore. You're going to be trying to get some of these guys at Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah, you're following
after.
Sark in the living room.
Yeah.
So it's another
that's
world.
never been the case. So,
which is a good thing, man. It's good to be the new boy on the block.
But
it
hell,
really
if
is.
You walk into one of those living rooms and you're able to plop down a big fat ring. That's a good start.
And Mark Cuban's bankroll.
Yeah.
It's a fabulous world that we're in. I know it's not what we thought we would see in college sports now, but I just love the idea that a guy like Mark Cuban can now decide, you know what, it is a worthy investment, that there are positive things going on, and I want to get involved and see where this takes us. Because without him, without somebody else, Indiana would be a brief, good story.
Yep.
And we would be talking about, remember Indiana 5 years ago? Like we were talking about TCU. Remember TCU made that run? That's what they would become.
Speaking of their opponent, Miami, Miami mentioning that Sam Levitt's going to LSU, Dylan Raiola's going to Oregon. Those were the 2 highest-ranked available quarterbacks in the portal, and 2 guys that Miami was they were connected to both of them. Apparently, option number 3 for Miami, the 3rd best option, now that those 2 are out of the way, the new option is now flipping Ty Simpson from the NFL draft and trying to entice him to come back to college.
I'm all for it. Yes, I want a bidding war.
I mean, and make no mistake, Carson Beck, like a year ago, probably could have gone to the NFL, and he decided to come to Miami because of money. That's wild, though. Guys already they're running out of time because, again, yesterday,
the NFL
tomorrow's
should be
the
applauding this. The NFL should be sitting back. General managers should be applauding this, because that's one more year I don't have to pay you to develop you. That's one more year, I know that eventually you'll make it, but when you do make it, you got one more year of seasoning. And I think the NFL should sit back and applaud and start funneling money there, because this is what the NFL was supposed to be a long time ago, when the quarterbacks arrived with several years of experience and are ready to go, instead of just being harvested the moment they show a little bit of promise their junior year.
It says deals can be sweetened with incentives, and we see that a lot in contracts in the college space. Simpson is objectively a very good quarterback. Additionally, many dominoes have fallen with few very talented QBs left on the open market, and that could lead to a massive payday for Ty Simpson. All right. And then you got guys like Joey Aguilar, who's the quarterback at Tennessee. He's trying to get another year of eligibility.
I would, with every fiber of my being, I would try to get another year. In fact, I might come up lame my 5th game of the week of the year.
This is crazy.
Grab another $8 million paycheck next year.
Yeah. Simpson, like the sources are saying Simpson still wants to go to the draft. And it would be kind of awkward after you like announce publicly you're going to the draft.
No, it wouldn't.
And then to be like, I decided to go to Miami instead. Because Simpson, he had transfer offers from 3 SEC schools, all between $4 and $6.5 million already.
Yeah.
So he was already going to leave to the NFL.
Well, I
that.
want what Beck got plus 10%, 5%. I'm bailing your ass out.
Yeah. And then remember, his dad is that coach, UT Martin.
He knows the game.
He knows. He gets it. But
he shouldn't go pro, man. Simpson would be better served to stay in school, just without more money, without
who's more ready for the NFL, Ty Simpson or Dante Moore?
I don't think either one is ready, but given the current circumstance, they're the most ready. I mean, but if you're going to tell me Simpson is ready to step in and lead an NFL team next year, he's not. He's not. No. And I would say Dante might be closer, but I'm not saying Simpson will never be able to do that. And if you can stay in school and make that kind of money, why would you not? I just don't. Again, the why you wouldn't would be that race to that second contract.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that would keep me from saying no to Miami is I don't care. I just want to be in the league for 3 years.
Yeah, $5 million is cool per year until you sign your second deal and you make $50 million a year, which that's not going to happen in college football.
No.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk Los Spurs for a little bit. Spurs with a big one tonight in Oklahoma City. Should be a fun one. We'll discuss that game coming up next. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, the Institute for Functional Health is part of my everyday medical life. I first met Dr. Torres, who opened the place, back about 10 years ago. We talked weight loss, and he got me on a program that, quite frankly, I didn't have a whole lot of trust in. I'll be honest with you. I'd tried a lot of diets that had failed, and he was just going to be the next one. Well, this one was different. Dr. Torres really taught me to eat all over again, and a way of living that, quite frankly, I can live with. If you've ever been in a situation where you need to lose weight, whether a doctor's telling you or you just don't like the look in the mirror, or you've resolved in 2026 to make it your healthiest life, I want you to call Dr. Torres because he will be a valuable part in that, because he will teach you things you didn't know. He'll put you on a program that actually works and one that you can sustain. It won't have to do with pills or over-the-counter or the prescribed medications, those semaglutides. It has nothing to do with that. It's about adjusting the way you approach food, how you eat, when you eat. All that comes into a focus, and learning that you don't have to give up everything. In fact, you don't have to give up anything. You just live in moderation. I'll tell you, it's the best thing I ever did. And if you're ready to lose the weight, I want you to call him today. The number's 210-468-1891. His website, iffhealth.com. It is a valuable resource. Go there. Take the functional health test. It'll open your eyes. It'll give you some questions you need to ask the doctor. Call him today. Let him change your life. And when he does, come on by and thank me later.
Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still dealing with that trouble spot on 410 on the frontage road, southbound at 151. 2 left lanes are blocked. Sluggish along 281, southbound Stone Oak Parkway to Basse, and 90 eastbound between 211 on over to 410. That's also rolling slowly. 151 westbound at Military Drive, that's a stall that they moved off a main lane off to the shoulder. You guys see something we're not talking about? Call us on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay.
So I was on eBay because I'm absolutely obsessed
with this rare hologram trading card. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. eBay had it. They even had
the perfect parts that fit my car.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Whether you're starting a new routine or making a player pick for the first time, there's something that can't be too hard, but in life and on Prize Picks, it always feels so good to be right. With high-pressure playoff matchups, bowl games coming, tournament time, it is time to jump right in. When it comes to playoffs, you go with stars. Stars always produce. In the NFL, they get those stars because they're stars. And as we get closer and closer, I love Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a man alone on Buffalo. Whenever you get to the more, you go with Josh Allen. In basketball, oh my goodness, Luka is balling. You can't go wrong with Luka. And I want to tell you about a brand new part of Prize Picks. It's a new feature, early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out on those winnings before the game even finishes. I want you to go download Prize Picks and use the code Alamo, and you're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's Alamo for $50 in lineups, and all you got to do is play 5. Prize Picks, it's so good to be right.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Hereeth my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover is accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times? You're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we react to the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
ND Kalu will join us at 3:35 to do just that.
And the Cowboys still looking for a defensive coordinator. What does Shereen Williams know about it?
And Spurs against OKC tonight. We'll get you ready for that matchup.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hello, friends. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1. The San Antonio Spurs get back in the saddle tonight, and they'll do it in Oklahoma City against a Thunder team that they have basically owned for the last couple of meetings. 3-0.
3-0.
And Joe Reinagel was like, why does it feel like, every time they play the Thunder, it's in Oklahoma City?
Well,
it's
one time.
They played once in Vegas, and then they've played home and home. It's not every time. I think
it does
it's a fair
feel that
amount.
way. I will be honest. It doesn't feel like we play them here very often.
I don't know. I guess maybe because I was gone. I wanted to go to the game here, and I couldn't because I was gone.
I went to that one, and it felt like it feels like years since we've seen them. But no, I kind of get that sense that we don't seem to get the home court advantage against them very often.
Huh. Well, I mean, let's face it. Until this season, did it really matter?
No.
The Thunder, if the Thunder played last year, and they could only shoot the basketball with their feet and had to run on their hands, they would have beat the Spurs last year, no matter where they played. This year's a little different. The Thunder have, after going through this lull where they lost, they lose 4 out of 6 games at one point, and it was like, uh-oh. They seem to have righted the ship since then. They've gone 7-2 since that run. And now they get a Spurs team that has been – they've had uneven results of late. Is that a fair way to put it?
Yeah, they're learning. They're up and down.
What do you expect from the Spurs tonight? Here's my question, because I heard the Blitz talking about this yesterday. Joe said if the Spurs win tonight, the Thunder can't possibly have any confidence if they play this team in the playoffs.
I don't totally agree, but yeah. We can't beat them, Coach. We've tried 3 different things. I don't care how good you are. Now, there is the familiarity.
There is, though. We've been to the playoffs in
Oh, no. I'm not saying that you think you can't beat them because you're the world champions and you've owned this team.
Yeah.
But
you've owned this league.
But going up against a team that has beaten you 3, maybe 4 times in a regular season is you're going to tell me that instills confidence? Because when you play a team who's better. You might lose the game, but, man, I don't know how we lost those guys.
Yeah.
When you walk off, you know who the alpha dog was, and sometimes you feel like you gave it to him. Sometimes you just get whooped. And to get beaten 4 times, it's hard to overcome. But you're the world champs. You got Gilgeous, who is an MVP of the highest caliber, who is not. He's not up and down. The guy just comes to work. He's 16 games away from breaking Wilt Chamberlain's record for the most consecutive 20-point games in a row. And Wilt's at 126, and Shea's at 110.
I didn't know that.
Without the night off, 20 points a night. He comes to work. And when you come to work, you win 75% of your games when you're a superstar like that.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of variance there. The Spurs have to learn to play to this level every game.
Yeah. Do you expect the Spurs are super up for this one?
No. I think they're beat down. They're tired. I think there was a plan to try to reserve some legs against Minnesota. I saw, Lindy Waters playing in the first quarter. So there's an attempt to prepare, because I do think Mitch takes these big games seriously, especially nationally televised games, because, heck, we're on the rise. But I think physically at the end of a run, it's going to be a little tough. The good news is OKC, I think, is coming off a back-to-back, or Milwaukee will be coming up on Thursday. And they do have Milwaukee at home with Giannis coming in just day after tomorrow. So you got 3 wins against a team. You got a team that really has revenge on their mind. You're banged up. You don't have Devin Vassell. Steph Castle and Dylan Harper are MIA right now. It's going to be tough. And I think if you read the room like Pop used to, you come out, you offer a little bit, and if it ain't there, you start playing some backups and get ready for Giannis at home.
Thunder are 7.5-point favorites.
See, they're seeing what I'm seeing. This is going to be a tough one. Yeah.
You mentioned no Vassell for the Spurs, no Hartenstein for the Thunder still.
And he plays Wemby pretty well. He's good physically. He gets underneath his chin and plays good defense against him. In fact, I think a lot of people have seen the scouting report on how he plays Wemby, and they're copying that. We saw that with Julius Randle getting up underneath Wemby the other night.
There was some thought that he was going to be back for this game, but it looks like he is out for tonight. And obviously, they still haven't had Topic all year, Thomas Sorber all year. So, but generally, outside of Hartenstein, they're only missing one. I mean, he's the only key rotation guy for them that they're without. And same for the Spurs. The Spurs being without Vassell, it hurts. It's one piece.
I saw a podcast. I don't know where Carmelo was or who he was talking about, but they were getting ready for this game. And Carmelo made a statement that I tend to agree with. We're not there yet, but in his eye, I think they're close. And he says that the reason the Spurs are so competitive with Oklahoma City isn't because of Wemby or De'Aaron. It's the others, that our others are better than their others. The bench strength, when we're talking about Keldon and Cornette, and those guys coming off the bench, they're just better than the guys coming off of the OKC bench. I think that those same guys coming off last year were far better than the Spurs, and if they were still doing it that way, they'd still be better than the Spurs. I think the others for Oklahoma City aren't playing up to match. We talked about Case and Wallace and Dort yesterday. They're not consistent. They're the reason they've lost some games. Shea's had some off nights, but you've had off games coming off the bench from some of these guys. Once they got Jalen back, that helped.
Yeah.
But the others, I do think for the Spurs, if they are going to make a run, it's going to land with those guys.
Yeah, but that's the other thing, though, is how do you parse that? Because when you get to the playoffs, what happens? Your rotations tighten up.
I don't think the Spurs are going to be in a place to do that.
And I don't think Oklahoma City's built that way. I do think, but
Oklahoma City,
those guys have proven to me they can do it. Now,
Oklahoma City played like 8 guys in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, and I think that won't change. And I think the Spurs are going to be running about 8 to 9 guys too. But I do think now, currently, if everybody was healthy, I would argue that the others for the Spurs are playing better. But sustained career, I'm certainly going to put my money on Dort and Wallace because, dang, they've done it. They got the ring. They showed me. But I do think that when we talk about, when we get to the playoffs, where the difference is, it's not about the superstars. It's not about their top 2 or 3. It's about the last 3, the 6, 7, and 8. That the Spurs, I do think that offer a competitive advantage.
I was talking about it yesterday, I think, about the Thunder and how they've been a little disjointed with Case and Wallace running the point. My guess is tonight against a team that's going to, especially against a team in San Antonio that's going to throw more guards at you, my guess is there are fewer Case and Wallace minutes and more of the Shea kind of running the point forward with Caruso and Dort on the floor at the same time.
When they go small.
With Jalen and Chet in the front court. Just because Castle, Fox, as good as those guys are, like Caruso and Dort are about as good as you can ask to throw at them
defensively. Yeah, I mean, it's an offensive wash, and all 4 of those guys are not playing well offensively.
Right.
I mean, all 4. I mean, they can defend each other and come in net 0, but I do think one of those matchups will be a separator.
The difference is the Thunder put those 2 guys out there accepting that it's.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And going in without Devin Vassell, who is our floor spacer, we've missed that. We've had a lot of individual basketball that have won a game against Boston and almost won it against Minnesota. But Castle lends itself, because he's a shot maker, lends itself to more of an offensive passing thread where you get the ball around the rim, around the horn to get Vassell open for that 3, and that just causes more passes and increases that team game where the Spurs are at. And without him, and without Harrison Barnes, who hasn't been hitting the 3 either, we've been relying a lot on one-on-one basketball, 1 pass entries for Wemby, a couple of dribbles and a shot, and certainly De'Aaron Fox playing downhill. Just go get to the rim and make the pass as appropriate, and that can be successful. But when the Spurs are truly clicking, there's 2-3 passes and possessions last about 20 seconds.
C-Note says Chet is trash. Shea is a beast, though. All right.
Well, Chet ain't trash.
Chet is your favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year at the moment, and he also scores 19 points a game,
but
9 boards.
We did see man on man that there is a ceiling to Chet that we can see, and we can see that ceiling to Wemby's a little bit taller. But no, he ain't trash.
No, far from trash in my mind. Shea and Wemby both in the top 5 of PER, the John Hollinger stat, and that's what it takes to be an MVP caliber player. Is like almost, I think, like the last 25 years or something. The players that have been in the top 5 that have been the MVP. This year it's Jokic, Giannis, Shea, Wemby, Luka. Ironically, Shea may be the only one who plays enough games to actually win the MVP. He's a pretty heavy favorite, rightfully so. But it does show that Wemby's been playing very. Also of note, an alarming number 6. I'd give you a million guesses. You wouldn't guess who number 6 in PER is this year behind those 5.
Cade Cunningham?
Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, well, no, I'm not. I'm surprised that he. The last month has been extraordinary. I get that. I didn't know he had enough early on.
I didn't either. Man, what a season he's having. But yeah, so fascinating matchup tonight in Oklahoma.
He's working 2 jobs.
It's true. I think he quit his tree job, and now he's focusing on basketball.
He's got more time to play.
Yeah,
now I understand.
He's locked in.
He was focused on too many subjects.
He was an arborist, and now he's locked in. What's your prediction then tonight? You think?
I think Oklahoma City takes it. And
double digits?
I'm not. I think it'll be competitive up until a point, probably mid-third, early fourth, and then Spurs will take some profits and sit down and get ready for Giannis on Thursday.
It's kind of what I expect too. I mean, for the Thunder in front of their fans,
yeah, they need
the Thunder don't want to lose that game.
But I will say this: I won't turn down a hot hand. If I feel like I got a shot, I'm all in. I will sacrifice Thursday to win on the road in Oklahoma City. I will give up a homer to go prove for my kids to go get a win in the furnace. So
yeah,
I'm gonna give it. I think Mitch is gonna give it the college effort, but I think there'll be discretion will be the better part of the valor, and we'll get ready for a homer against the Freak on Thursday.
I wish that we had this. This matchup at full strength. I wish that Vassell was out there. I wish that Hartenstein was out there. I mean, And quite frankly, at this point, I hope there's a playoff matchup between these two teams. Like, I would love to see
the Spurs do.
best
I'm
of
not
7.
sure Oklahoma City does, but I know
sure,
Spurs want it.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't, but that's part of it, though. You want to be the man. You got to and listen, it's real easy to say, the Spurs are 3-0. I mean, first of all, remember one of those games, like a coin flip and it lands on the other side, and we're talking about a different conversation. But you've got to beat them 4 out of 7 times, and 4 times they're going to play in Oklahoma.
The Spurs are far more scared of OKC than OK is of San Antonio.
Yeah.
I mean, you come up and got us a couple times, and I'm thinking about you, but I ain't worried about you.
I don't think that they're like, oh my God, we can't do that. Like,
no.
I believe this team is confident enough.
Now, if they whoop ass tonight and then they whoop ass to close down, I do think you could instill a little bit of doubt. And right now, I don't think there's enough to be completely worried. But, you know, that's what the Wednesdays in January are for.
Well, Tuesday night brawl coming up tonight in San Antonio. And like you said, when do they play the
Milwaukee Thursday.
Thursday. Okay, so Tuesday, Thursday. All right. Wonder what the what do the Thunder have on deck? If they've got, I can't imagine they've got look ahead. Let's see. The Thunder after this game, they go to Houston on Thursday. Yeah, they start.
That's not an easy roadie for them either.
Well, they start a 4-game road streak, and it ain't easy. At Houston, at Miami, at Cleveland, at Milwaukee. Their next 4 after this one.
On that list, I wish we were the last on that.
Exactly.
List. This is going to be this
last home game before the road trip.
Oh, okay. That's yeah. I don't foresee a victory, but I do see a valiant effort in the first quarter.
All right. Let's see it. Claymore says strong possibility Oklahoma City will look different at deadline. Wouldn't shock me. We talked about it yesterday. It wouldn't shock me if they went out and found a guard, a guy who can kind of lead the offense. We're going to do something we rarely, if ever, do on this show.
Stay on track.
Coming up next. Absolutely not. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we react to the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
ND Kalu will join us at 3:35 to do just that.
And the Cowboys still looking for a defensive coordinator. What does Shereen Williams know about it?
And Spurs against OKC tonight. We'll get you ready for that matchup.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Let's go! You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No. We'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still dealing with that trouble spot on 410 on the frontage road, southbound at 151. 2 left lanes are blocked. Sluggish along 281, southbound Stone Oak Parkway to Basse, and 90 eastbound between 211 on over to 410. That's also rolling slowly. 151 westbound at Military Drive, that's a stall that they moved off a main lane off to the shoulder. You guys see something we're not talking about? Call us on the traffic tip line, 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NFL, the divisional round is set after last night's game. The Houston Texans rocked the Steelers 30-6, led by the best defense in the NFL, allowing the Steelers' offense only 175 yards. Questions now follow. Is this the end for Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers? And is Mike Tomlin going to stay? In other NFL news, the Dallas Cowboys continue their defensive coordinator search. They have a few more interviews set for the week. Arizona head coach Jonathan Gannon and Baltimore defensive coordinator Zach Orr will interview today. In the NBA, the Spurs get back to work tonight as they're in Oklahoma City to take on the Thunder. They're 3-0 against OKC this season. Tip-off is set for 7 and will be broadcast on the FanDuel Network. Devin Vassell is still out with an abductor strain. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How we doing out there? Our clock is off today. It's not even 9 o'clock yet.
8:58:42.
I should be taking a nap. I should still be like taking my in-break nap.
Well, there wasn't that many spots. I slept through the last break.
Oh, okay.
That last segment I wasn't here, so you can take one off.
I remember. Thank you.
I don't.
I'll let you.
How'd I do?
I'll let you. So remember, I said we're going to talk about something we never talk about on this show. I'll let you handle it. Go ahead.
Kids, I want you to gather around, and I want to talk about your health and your body. I don't know.
Childhood testicular cancer.
Testicular cancer.
It's a real thing.
Rabies.
Yes.
Support the rabbit.
Do not pick up squirrels.
So what are we going to talk about?
Don't put squirrels in your mouth.
Papa AJ, what are you going to tell us? What story, what anecdote are we going to get today?
We're going to talk about the world of professional golf. Why is that hilarious to you?
Because right now is the golfiest golf thing that has happened since the last golf thing happened. These are such prima donna children.
So I think today is a step in the right direction for people like for me, I don't care about golf really. Like I don't care about I'm interested. Like if I turn over on day 4 of the Masters and it's like the 16th hole and it's a tight race, I might watch it.
I think we say that now, but I do think when the spring comes around and we get to see those guys again, there's something to it. But I don't care what league tournament you're on.
I can tell you, I don't watch unless it's a major.
Well, right. So I don't care whether you're a liver because the majors, I see you. So I don't miss you because you're always there when I choose to play.
But the people like Reinagel who watch golf every week, he hates live. I hear him talk about that like it's a fire burning inside him. This might be good news for guys like that. The guys who are like have a broken relationship with golf right now. I know our buddy Will Doctor, who comes on before all the majors to break them down from a handicapping standpoint. He hates live.
Well, it's so anti-competition. The reason we love golf is it's one man against the course, not the players, the course. And if you're not even competing on the course, you're already getting paid.
Well, the PGA announced yesterday that they have created a new pathway for Brooks Koepka to return to the PGA Tour. Now, he left LIV right before Christmas. He wanted to spend more time with his family this year. And the PGA Tour responded to the decision by releasing a statement within minutes of his departure, calling him a highly accomplished professional while stating the tour continues to offer the best professional golfers the most competitive, challenging, and lucrative environment in which to pursue greatness. Now, some meetings happened, and a new pathway was concocted out of thin air. Majority approval was achieved, and on Monday, membership was made aware of the reinstatement decision.
Who's the approval? Who's the
PGA Tour CEO Brian Rolup?
So he's the one who decides.
Board.
Yeah. So the PGA Board of Directors and the CEO make the decision, not the rank and file. They're not voting.
Correct.
Okay.
So in doing so, the PGA Tour not only gave an easy path for Koepka to return without serving a year-long suspension, which was kind of what we thought was going to happen.
So he was going to have to sit out and waiting for eligibility like a college kid used to? All right.
But now it also may be like the floodgates might open for guys who regret their live decision. And now if like Koepka's one of the top names over there, let's say
it'll collapse.
Let's say, a few of the other ones, Bryson DeChambeau, John Rahm, Cam Smith, if those guys leave live and come back,
what's the point?
Who's watching live?
Right. Well, who's watching it now, I think, is the problem.
True.
Yeah.
But, I mean.
Now, I'm not angry, but if I was a PGA member and I did sit through this massive exodus, I do think there should be a penalty of some sort. I don't know what it is. I do think that golf is certainly better when all the great ones are playing on the same damn tour. But if I'm a rank and file PGA dude that stood tall and stood firm and even might have turned down a $200 million check, hey, man, you crossed the street. You're the one who left to come back just because you don't like it. I'm not sure I'm down with that, but I don't know what the penalty could be. Maybe every tournament for a year you start 4 under, 4 over. You got a 4-stroke penalty. I'm just – there has to be something, a penalty to pay for jumping off the boat.
I think, though, it's like it's almost like saying, I don't need you anymore, get out of here, and then you realize, I missed that girl.
Yeah. Like, well, you're going to have to go through it then. You have to buy me a pretty nice meal.
I mean, she decides she wants to come back, and you were real mad at her, but she still is really hot. All right, come on back. Like, it's a mutual win.
Well, it is, but I do know.
And also, by not punishing them, they're enticing
you do hasten
the others
to collapse.
come back.
You do hasten and bring it back. And I do think at the end of time, that's the best thing for golf. I mean, this has all been kind of silly. And I do think if I am a PGA member and I'm looking at all those livers, the livers are going, if it weren't for us leaving, your life wouldn't be as good as it is right now.
It's true.
You guys wouldn't have gotten what you got.
If everything goes back to everybody's playing in the PGA, it still was a good thing for these golfers.
They all are better off. There's no
Everyone
question.
is better off. Like, and I know the golf fans hate that it happened, but at the end of the day, these golfers will have benefited from it. It took some people breaking the line, crossing the picket line to really turn the. I don't want to say maybe get the PGA into the modern times.
Well, we can say it was Greg Norman and
Phil Mickelson, yeah.
It was Norman and Mickelson that were really the beginners of this. Yeah, I don't think anybody felt like the LIV Tour was going to be sustainable. It seems silly to me, and whether that whole team thing just escapes me. It is the beginning of the change, but I do think there needs to be some kind of truth and reconciliation committee that, yeah, you can come back, but there'll be a small penance, something, just because you did go and we don't have to bring you back because we're carrying on, But the chisme of, I hope people talk to me.
Yeah.
That's the real backstory of this. How do they get along in the clubhouse? I mean, how are they talking? Like, dude, you ran for $250 million. You just took the money and ran.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah, and now you've got more money because I did.
And I agree. But, dude, you ran. You just ran over the hill. You just went and left.
Most guys, listen, Rum, I think you like doing this show with me. I think we enjoy working together every day. If you got a job offer making $250 million elsewhere, I don't expect I'd see you tomorrow.
You got to go with God. No, I absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And the fact of the matter is, it didn't affect you zero whether I stayed or went. You should be happy I was gone. You didn't have to compete against me.
Now, I would be like, if you said, all right, I'm leaving for this $250 million job tomorrow, and I got left here and I was still making what I'm making.
And then I let go and
and then you just come on back. But instead, like, you'd run off your $250 million, you'd go get that, and I would make more money because they'd say, oh, well, AJ's valuable now. We got to keep him. We can't let him go. So let's pay him. And then you decide to come back later. I'm not going to be mad at you because now we both got more money.
The raise. I think at the end of the day, if we were common folk, we would look at it like that. But these guys, this is all play money to them. All they can do is deal with the money is secondary. We're all millionaires.
Yeah.
All of us got a lot of money. How can I really get you? How can I really make you feel angry? Or how are you going to get some retribution for what you did?
All right, that's enough golf talk for a month.
I think they should fight it out. Feats of strength.
So we talked a little bit about earlier in the show about the what I think is a very unfair situation for some of these teams from a scheduling standpoint in the NFL playoffs. Well, Kyle Shanahan.
Oh, really? Now they're voicing an opinion on this, huh?
So Kyle Shanahan.
So let's reset this. So the basic problem here is there's teams that played late this weekend.
There are teams that multiple teams that are going to have to play on short rest
6
in the
days
second round
of
of the
rest
playoff.
in the biggest weekend in the NFL apart from the Super Bowl. And we've got other teams that have been on byes that are going to get another day.
Yes.
Even if they had played, they get another day.
And then the Bears and the Rams inexplicably just get an extra day for no reason.
So there's kind of a competitive imbalance in the time that you get to prepare and heal for a game.
So Kyle Shanahan, they'd asked him after the game, how strongly would you prefer to play on Sunday? He said very strongly. I'm expecting it to be Saturday, but hopefully if the NFL is cool and understanding, they'll make it Sunday.
Well,
unfortunately, the NFL is not cool or understanding. They didn't announce the start time until late, and then they said, "Yeah, it'll be you'll be Saturday at 7:00." So
you get 3 more hours.
I don't get it. It would have been so much easier to put the Bears and the Rams on that day, and then everybody has equal rest. It would still screw. The Texans would still be the Texans would still be screwed because they're going to play on short rest,
right?
And the Bills would still be screwed because they're going to play on short rest no matter what. The annoying thing from a Bills standpoint is they're playing against a team that didn't even play last week.
Right, they get more time.
And it's the same thing that the 49ers are going through now. 49ers are getting short rest and playing a team that didn't have to play.
So just remember this, when next year, when teams are fighting for the number 1 slot, you know why they're fighting so hard.
Yeah.
Lots of time off.
And the 49ers, this is the 49ers in 3 of the past 4 weeks have had to play on a short rest.
There's an art form to it. There is. I mean, you have to teach your body to do it. And if the other teams are doing it just once and this is your third, you know what you're doing. But it's a competitive disadvantage. And I'm all about gamesmanship and scheming. But as a fan, I want both teams at the full scale rest.
Yes.
I want them to wait as long as possible so I get the best product on the field. And they're short-sighting on this one.
Think about this. They played week 16. They played Monday night at the Colts. That's the Monday night before Christmas. So the 22nd, they played Monday Night Football in Indy. Then they flew home across the country, back to San Francisco, to play the Bears in Week 17. That was on Sunday night.
Remember that.
Then Saturday night, so not even a full week then, they had to go play the Seahawks. So now we're talking about between December 22nd and January 3rd, they played 3 games. Now they've got the playoff game, and then now they're going to have to play another game on short rest. By the time they play, the Niners will have played 5 games in 26 days. In that same 26 days, the Seahawks will have only played 3 games.
See,
that's not right.
That's untenable. It is, especially in a sport of attrition. It's untenable. That is not a sustainable business model.
And the 49ers are looking at like George Kittle's leg falling off and like, dude, why don't you just give him the trophy?
So until
we want competitive games.
Right. Until an owner of merit truly feels shorted, the glory boys are always going to get the good times. So I think that there's going to have to be some sort of committee that's put together that there's no way we can eliminate it. But I think that we can make wise decisions, and some years eliminate it completely, and others, well, this is just how it is. We're stuck. But this year you could fix it, and it wouldn't be that difficult.
The Bills and the 49ers will be the 16th and 17th time since 2002 that a team on a short week will be playing a team coming off a bye.
In those 17 games, how many, or 16 games?
In the 15 games, the team playing on the short week has gone 5-10.
Oh.
So
remember that, gamblers.
Since the NFL expanded in 2020, the playoffs, top seed in the NFC has played on a Saturday in the divisional round in each season since. The last time the NFC's top seed didn't play on Saturday in the divisional round was 2018 when the Saints were given a Sunday game, but that was back when the top 2 seeds in each conference were both given a bye, so the setup was a little bit different. So now with just one bye, I don't know. I'm not a wizard. I don't know what the perfect fix is, but this is certainly
and the retort is
not right.
Win your games and get number one isn't an acceptable one in this one. Most of the times I'm like scoreboard, win your games and you get the fruits of your labor. But this one is a competitive, a serious competitive disadvantage to every team but the one.
5 games in 26 days,
and you get 3,
and you've played 3. Yeah, like again, the bye week you should have 1 extra. You should have a little benefit of rest. Not that much though. So the odds are not stacked in the favor
of Buffalo
and San Francisco.
No, it is not.
So
it was going to be difficult regardless, and then to throw that at them. Yeah.
So an uphill battle for those two teams. Especially the 49ers who just have. I mean, it's a mash unit. Every big name player on that team besides Christian McCaffrey is hurt.
But on the other side of that, the guys that are playing are relatively fresh. And I don't
know. Nick Bosa's been out for a long ass time. Fred Warner's been out for a long ass time.
I saw who's the linebacker that's filling for Warner? Try to make a tackle, try to make a run, and he was in for 3 consecutive plays, and there was nobody to replace him. You could see he was looking at his shoelaces.
And they're running right at him.
Oh, he was looking at his shoelaces after the first play, and then they're coming right back at him, and there is no cavalry coming off the bench, man. You are stuck out there.
It is cool though. Like this happened to me yesterday. I was scrolling through my feed, and it said, like I'd almost forgotten that there are players who get hurt. Like, when a player on your team gets hurt and they're gone for a long time, sometimes you forget that it's even an option they could come back.
Right.
And it was Buffalo saying, we've opened the practice window, the 3-week practice window for Ed Oliver, which means Ed Oliver could come back. I mean, he could come back on Saturday. He won't. But there's a world where if the Bills make the AFC Championship game, they could get Ed Oliver. And I was like,
that's an
injection. Wow,
that's
like,
an injection.
Man, what a find.
Yeah.
So it's like things like that. But the 49ers, I don't think are so lucky. I know they've been hoping that Fred Warner could get back.
And I do think there's a genuine possibility that happens. And as bad as losing Kittle is, backup Juice, between Juice and backup tight end, it didn't affect him as bad as I thought it was going to. Now, the next game is where it hits you.
But also Kittle's like the emotional leader of that
the
team.
Next game
he's like the vocal
is where
guy.
You feel it because he's not there in the huddle. He's not there on the other side of the passes. That's when they're really going to suffer.
And all it does is let Seattle key in more on Christian McCaffrey and make someone else be. And if I'm Seattle, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm taking away McCaffrey. If one of your other guys beats us, okay, so be it.
It was going to be uphill regardless, but now you shorten the time to prepare on top.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we will take a look at the world outside of sports. If you can believe it, there are things happening in the world that have nothing to do with sporting matches. We'll talk about some of those next. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your midday commute, we do have a couple of trouble spots. Let's start at I-10 eastbound 1604. This wreck in the left lane, that's a 20-minute delay. Slow from Bernie Stage Road. Closure on 410 Frontage Road, southbound Richland Hills on down to 151. That's due to a jackknife 18-wheeler. Now, your main lanes of the freeway are getting by. So, again, this accident is on the frontage road. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
I'm worth more.
Am I worth more? Yeah.
I'm worth a whole lot more.
You know what? You're right. At GiveMeTheVIN.com, you are worth more. And your car's worth more. And we want to pay more at Give Me The VIN. Because good cars are worth more. And so are you. For top price, trust, and ease of transaction, GiveMeTheVIN.com, America's best car buyer. And remember, if we don't beat a deal from Carvana or CarMax, we'll pay you $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. you're in good hands with Allstate.
George gets justice. You've heard the national lawyer ads. Same story, different name. But when you've been through something traumatic in San Antonio, you need a local team who fights for real results. That's why so many get George at George Salinas Injury Lawyers. George is from here, listens to people, and fights to help them get their maximum compensation. Call 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Get real results for your health this new year with Synergenics and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and the ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test. Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. Looking for the best? Synergenics and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with a real provider, get real medication, and see real results. Learn more at GetMyHealthFix.com. For Synergenics and Low T Center, GetMyHealthFix.com.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in all states.
Okay, I have to tell you. I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
B. Hannon says, why is this different than college football? What? Well, the difference is these college football games, I don't think, have we had one that happened within a week of the next one?
No.
Yeah, they're always doing extra rest.
Yeah,
now,
they're stretching this thing out.
It might be uneven rest, and like if one team had 8 days of rest and one had 9, I don't have a problem with that.
Well, we had Ohio State had been like 26 days.
I'm talking about we're looking at these teams playing their biggest games of the year, and we're asking some of them to play at the biggest schedule. You can ask any head coach the games that they circle when the schedule comes out. It's not the games against their big rivals. It's not like that's cute and all. And those are important games, but the hardest situations to coach in are the short weeks. So going from a Sunday night or a Sunday game to a Thursday game, that's the. I mean, we talked to Schottenheimer over Christmas when it was like
that they go through.
It was
every
like
year.
hell for
3
them.
games in 17 days.
It is the most difficult thing to do to play in the NFL on short rest, and in the playoffs, it doesn't feel right to be asking teams to do it. And I get that it's a symptom of the TV stuff, but it just feels like a lot of it could have been avoided. Eagle fan says to argue that you could have gotten the 1 seed and get the benefits.
Well, that's what I'm saying. My approach up until now is scoreboard. Go win it, and you get to sit at home and watch. But when I hear the Rams have played 3 games in playoff mode, or 5 games in
or the 49ers,
and the Rams have only who's played 5?
The 49ers have played 5. The Seahawks have played 3.
And so that's a competitive imbalance. That's not just scoreboard.
No,
that's above and beyond. I mean, you've stacked the deck against the 49ers to the extent I don't know how you can expect to win.
And you can say, be the 1 seed. And this isn't like the college basketball tournament where there's the pigtail game in Dayton to see who does the team from the MEAC or the Northeastern Conference get in to play against?
Yeah, it's a JV game.
No one cares about that because this is a game that it matters to us who wins. I think every NFL fan. I'm not a Seahawks or a 49ers fan. I don't really give a damn. But I want to see these two teams play at their best because that's what.
As a fan, that's all I ask. And prepare your players and put together a schedule where I don't have to see a weakened, lessened, watered down product. And that's the first excuse that you could use to argue. The second one is just general player safety. I mean, we got guys running around with slee stack helmets, and we got load management, and we got tents on the side, and we got decisions about whether they can continue to play. But we have no compunction about having a team play 5 games in 4 weeks or 4 games in 3 weeks. I mean, we have no problem with that.
Not if it's best for TV.
So I do think there's enough arguments to where you could legitimately sit down and go, okay, this is a reason. We got to fix it, and there's 2 or 3 reasons why.
Yeah.
And the moment, and God forbid, we lose a star because he's playing on an injury that needed another day or 2 just to get ready to play, but we knew he was going to play, then we start getting into longevity and general players' real spot-on safety, not some kind of distant concussion issue. We're talking about a dude that we might lose for a year because he overextended because he played 3 games in 8 days. I mean, it doesn't feel right. And it's going to take either a team of merit to lose because of that or a player to get hurt because of that before a decision is made, because we put out fires. We don't prevent them.
Antonio says, all poor Bills, Crimea River, AJ. Then C-Note says, all poor Niners. I feel so bad for Shane.
There's 3 teams fighting this.
Listen, this isn't about which teams it is. It's about the fact that there are any teams being asked to play on short rest against teams that have extended rest. It just doesn't matter what jerseys they're wearing. From a competitive balance standpoint, it just doesn't make sense.
And not only can we stack the stats up about injuries and all of that, but there's legitimate numbers that show that the teams that are forced into this don't win.
Yeah,
I mean,
and part of it is, okay, if we're gonna have we had to have 2 AFC games or 1 AFC game on Saturday, 1 on Sunday. It would have been even less fair to have the Texans play on Saturday after playing a Monday night game. Which the simple answer is get rid of the Monday night game.
We can play 3 games on Sunday.
It's 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday. Yeah. It's real simple. But even then, so that the Texans still playing on Sunday still have short rest because they played on Monday night. And it helped me make it make sense.
Well, you can't make sense out of nonsense.
The 49ers have the biggest beef of all because the
road, well, short.
Not just them, but the fact that the Rams-Bears, the other NFC game, is being played on Sunday night when both of those teams played on Saturday. They have the first 2 games out of the gate, and now they get the most rest.
I will say this. If I'm the NFL and I can play matchmaker and kingmaker, I can manipulate the schedule to kind of get the Super Bowl I want.
You could.
Yeah, I mean, if I get the wherewithal where I can choose whether you play Thursday morning or or Saturday morning or Monday night,
knowing that gives you a 36-hour, rehab window for a star. And I go, nah, you're going to play Saturday at noon. Just because I don't think I want you in my Super Bowl.
Well, who do you think the NFL doesn't want in their Super Bowl?
Well, I'm not saying that's actually happening. But, no, I think that Buffalo, they're doing themselves a disservice because I think a lot of people want to see Josh Allen in a Super Bowl. And you're putting him on a Saturday noon game.
Yeah.
After a short week.
It'll be a 3:30 game.
Whatever it might be.
Yeah.
You're putting him at a competitive disadvantage. So, if for my theory to ring true, they would have moved that Buffalo game. They'd have moved that to Sunday afternoon. Like we got to have Josh Allen still playing for at least another week.
Maybe the move is, and this would be a bold one, maybe the move is you play 4 games on Sunday. Maybe like the divisional round, all the games happen on Sunday.
Man, you're cutting that pie too thin, man. If I'm an advertiser, I want my own time slot. I want it.
We do this on the days where there's a London game.
Well, why are we in such a hurry? Can't we put the Super Bowl off one more week? I mean, why would we?
Oh God, we got enough time for that.
Why are we in such a hurry? That's my point. This isn't college kids trying to get back and go to class.
Right.
These guys are baseball's so far away, and Final Four college basketball for a couple of weeks, I don't think is really going to be affected by a couple of more Sunday games. I'm just saying, I don't get the rush.
Or another thought: if you're going to have a game on Monday in the wild card round, why not have one Monday in the next week and then play your championship games on a Monday?
All of that. We play a college championship game on a Monday night. So all of these things, we act like we're in this box. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a rush. We could play another week or two. I mean, when football's gone, it's gone. So let it stay as long as possible.
Yeah. I don't know. As someone who I just want to see the best games. I just want to see the best games.
Some of it is we can count the number of games left on one hand. So I'd wish I had more.
Yeah, that's true. All right, in the world outside of sports, Paul Rudd was on a podcast recently. Just had a very intimate interview.
He's got that new movie out with the anaconda with the snakes.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He was in on a podcast called "Take Your Shoes Off" with Rick Glassman. And Rick Glassman told him, you have a huge penis. He told Paul Rudd that he has a huge penis.
How does Mr. Glassman know this?
Paul Rudd said, I didn't realize
word of mouth?
I didn't realize you even saw my penis. And apparently he did. He's not.
How?
Now, there are thoughts that maybe he's just kind of razzing him a little bit here. But he said that he has seen it. And
good for Paul.
When Michael's what's his name, Michael Cera, remember that kid?
Yeah,
he was posing as an assistant. He brought Paul Rudd some coffee and accidentally spilled it on him. And as Cera and Glassman were helping him up, you could see the blurring out of Paul Rudd's junk because he had apparently pooped in his pants earlier in this episode apparently. And
what?
Yeah. Rudd then pretended to be in severe pain. I think it's all a bit.
Oh, okay.
But he pretended to be in severe pain as paramedics hauled him away, presumably to a hospital.
And this was all to prank Sarah?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he asked if the burns were third degree or second degree. Rudd feigned being unable to recall what the doctors told him. But then he did mention that when he asked what other people think about his size, he just said, I just appreciate it. I'm a fairly private pervert. I just don't want to be wagging my crank all over the place.
I'm all about that. Now,
of course, now he's in a movie called Anaconda where I don't think.
Well, who's the football player whose wife said it was like a couple of Coke cans stacked on top that they couldn't actually have sex because he was too big, and now he's suing her?
A football player. They got divorced.
Now he's suing her because no one will go out with him because he's carrying around the anaconda.
He asked Paul Rudd, when did you realize you were so well endowed? He said, probably junior high, but I was more embarrassed than anything. It also made me very self-conscious when showering after gym class. Imagine being self-conscious.
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Your dong is too big. Did that happen?
Don't step on that. Oh, no, you have to tell people not to step on it. And that water on the floor is cold.
Yeah, be careful. It's
don't have anything. You got to hold it over your shoulder, and it's all kinds of trouble.
And finally, this is a sad story. There's a Australian band called Bootleg Rascal. They started their tour in Brisbane, Australia. And the band shared this on social media. Man came up on stage and got the microphone and said, we came to watch Bootleg Rascal about 2-3 years ago. We started coming, and he was, he's talking to the audience, and then he says, Jamie, where are you? Can you come up to stage real quick? And he brought her up, and then he proposed, and did not get the reaction.
She said no in front of a crowd.
Started shaking her head and grabbing his hands, trying to pull him back up to stand. The crowd roared. The man could be heard repeating no before she ran off the stage. Oh, no.
You got to be pretty sure of the outcome if you're going to do that.
The band said, our manager told us that a fan had reached out and wanted to do some sort of proposal. We didn't know much about what was going on, just that it would happen after the third song and we'd pull him up. I was like, finally, a beautiful moment on stage. For once, there might be something sweet that happens at one of our shows, but I guess not.
If I'm a band member, I'm going to check out and see how she's feeling.
Oh, no.
I'd like to show her my bus.
I bet. Yeah.
Girl on a rebound.
I bet that's exactly what
been on
down.
tour with a band named Bootleg Rascal.
Yeah. What do you think's going
Paul
on?
Rudd's got it going on.
Yes. And finally, Brene Kennard was ordered to pay her now husband's ex-wife.
Who's Brene Kennard?
She's a TikTok creator.
Oh, okay.
She's ordered to pay her now husband's ex-wife $1.75 million after their affair led to the demise of the marriage.
What?
And her latest reveal about the romance is a little bit shocking. Kennard's husband, Tim Montague, was married to Akira Montague.
Is this in the United States?
Yes. And he began his affair with a social media influencer named Brene Kennard. The case got national media attention. It's, she's a famous gal apparently. I'm not a TikTok fame guy, but apparently she and her husband appeared on Dr. Phil last week. And Kennard admitted that while she was friends with Akira, she stayed at the couple's house for a week. During that time, she said she made a video that was inappropriate with her friend's husband's phone. I was there for a week. Tim and his wife, they allowed me to stay in their house. She added that she wasn't an alcoholic, but she does drink. And one evening while she was under the influence, she took Montague's phone and made a video of herself talking gibberish. It was inappropriate, absolutely. And then she stated that in the video she couldn't wait to be Mrs. Montague, which I am now. And Dr. Phil said about Akira's husband while you were staying at her house, correct. I'm not ashamed, but it was inappropriate.
Well, there's a law that some states have that's called the alienation of affection, that you can sue the person that stole your man or your woman.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that those laws still existed.
Kennard also claimed her husband is worth the expense of the lawsuit.
Yeah, buddy.
And when asked if the romance was worth the money, she said, honestly, no, it's not worth over $1 million, but he's worth it, is what I can say. He's worth it. We know the outside hates us, but we know that we love each other.
Imagine that was in Texas. You could sue the person that stole your man or your woman.
Well, I think that happened here. $1.75 million
in Texas?
No, I'm saying it happened wherever. I don't know.
North Carolina. It was North Carolina.
Okay, but
they don't have that in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Like you could sue the woman or the man that lured your significant other away.
Yeah.
It's a bold new area of law. Keeps some lawyers busy.
Luckily, no one ever tries to lure me away.
So, and there's big money in that.
When you got a body like this,
you got to insure it, man.
There's not much luring going on, apparently. That's the way it works.
The alienation of affection.
All right. We have one segment remaining in the entirety of our program, and we save that segment for a little thing we call the Daily Lines, where we'll go over some of the Vegas odds coming up in the next segment. First, I got to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Guys, you want to be playing at Underdog. It is the perfect time of the year, and of course the football's in full swing, but they're still hooping over at Underdog. Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, it's all going down. And there's a big game tonight. You may have heard the Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio Spurs. They are getting it on tonight up in Oklahoma City. You want to get on the action? You want to sweeten up the odds a little bit? Where else would you do it other than Underdog? It's so simple. You pick your favorite players' stats. Are they going to go higher or lower on those stats? Points, rebounds, steals, whatever it is. If you're right, you went up to 5,000 times your money. Tonight, I'm going to go with what Rob said. I'm going to go higher on Shea's points, and I'm probably going to go higher on Wemby because I expect that he's going to have big minutes tonight, unlike some of the previous games. I think they're going to have him out there a little bit extra, and I'll probably go lower on Dylan Harper points. He's been on the struggle bus lately. Whoever you like, you can get down on it, Underdog. Download the app today. Use my promo code Alamo. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo, Underdog. Make picks and win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we react to the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Andy Kalu will join us at 3:35 to do just that.
And the Cowboys still looking for a defensive coordinator. What does Shereen Williams know about it?
And Spurs against OKC tonight. We'll get you ready for that matchup.
The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply by February 11th and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right. Wrapping it up here on a Tuesday. Rob's now in love with Tuesdays.
Love a Tuesday.
We'll see if you feel that way in the summertime.
No, I'm kidding.
Every day is a Monday.
That's all. But right now, it's a glorious, foggy, cold Tuesday.
All right, let's go ahead and take a glance at those daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
Yes. looks like I want to make sure this isn't just a one-site thing, a one-off.
Or
this book has a change in lines. No, it looks like. Oh no, it's different in different books. Okay, so the Bills Broncos game is going to be a price shop game. You need to shop around to get what you're looking for because the Bills are 1 to 1.5 point favorites in some places and 1 to 1.5 point underdogs in others.
Now tell me, as a gambler, you like the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Which way do you go on this?
So
how do you play the one over and one under?
So what I'm looking for is I'll be on the money line for the Bills for one. I'll bet
just
them,
buy the win.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll buy the win. But I'm also the thing about 1.5 is there's a thing called Wong teasers. You've played like the 6-point teasers. Do you know much about them?
Talk to me like I'm an idiot.
Okay, so on a 6-point teaser, you can add 6 points to the point spread, or subtract 6 from the favorite. Either way, a Wong teaser, which is from some dude whose name was Wong. He came up with the math on this. The best way to utilize these teasers is to pick teams in low total games, first of all. And you want to go through the 3 and the 7 because those are the two key numbers. Those are the numbers that take the most real money to push through. So if you get to push through those two numbers with a teaser,
so you could push through the 3.
You're getting the real benefit. So at plus 1.5, you add 6 points to that. Now you're at 7.5.
So you can push through the 7.
You're through the two key numbers.
So go ahead and do it.
So there's real value to it. But the problem is, the only way that works is you have to have another game that you pair it with, that you do the same thing with.
Okay.
The 49ers-Seahawks game is the game that I'm going to choose. The Seahawks are right now 7.5 point favorites.
And would you push that down to 1?
I would push it to 1.5. Okay. So as long as the Seahawks win the game by 2 points and the Bills lose by less than a touchdown, I'm a winner.
I learned something today. All right.
There you go. The Seahawks are 7.5 point favorites in Seattle against the 49ers. Total in that one is 45.5. The Texans are at the Patriots. The Patriots right now a 2.5 to 3 point favorite. The total in that one is 40.5. Very low total and rightfully so. I mean, did you see the way these defenses and offenses play?
The way the quarterback play went, but I do like the Texans a little bit in this. I think they're going to get some money over the week.
The Rams are at the Bears. The Rams are 3.5 point favorites on the road. Total in that one is 50.5. And that game I think will be easily the highest scoring game of the weekend because I think the Bears defense is generally pretty bad. And the Bears, the only good thing I can say about them is that Caleb Williams is playing pretty good ball.
They score a lot of points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they will do that. So that's probably the way I would look at it there. In the association, Phoenix Suns are at the Miami Heat. The Heat are 1.5 point favorites tonight.
I don't get this one. The Suns are hot, man. They're playing good basketball lately.
The Suns and the Heat, both hot things. Oh, this is a hot matchup.
Hero on Booker. We got some shooting crime tonight.
San Antonio in Oklahoma City. The Thunder are minus 115 at 7.5. So you got to play a little juice.
Let me run something for you.
Coming towards 8s.
If you're playing DFS, I got Julian Champagny at 21 points, rebounds, assists. What do you think there?
I like lower on that.
Like lower than that.
Yeah.
Luke Cornett, more than 3.5 rebounds.
I will say higher with Hartenstein out.
I think that is appropriate. Shea with 4.5 assists.
I will say higher. He's going to have the ball in his hands all night,
exactly.
I think.
Also, Shea, 31.5 points.
Higher.
Steph Castle, 22 points and assists.
Lower.
Yeah, I think lower, too. And finally, Wemby, this is a teaser, 14.5 points. Which he could fall out.
Higher. Yeah, I think he'll get there. Bulls at the Rockets. The scuffling Rockets. You said something to me during the break.
They have played, of the 36 games they've played, 23 of them have been on the road.
That's crazy.
I've never seen anything like it.
No wonder they're falling out of the playoff mix.
When I read that, I thought, well, that does explain some stuff, but look out for them when it comes time for the playoff run. They're going to be at home for a month straight.
The Rockets are 12.5 point favorites tonight hosting the Bulls. Timberwolves are at Milwaukee. Milwaukee 3.5 point favorites. That's a queer line to me.
Well, no. I mean, there must be somebody hurt with the Timberwolves.
That's what I'm thinking.
But the way Minnesota played for 3.5 quarters against the Spurs, that would have been an easy number to pick if the Spurs would just close it out. They didn't play a very good game.
Nuggies, I'll be on them tonight. Nuggets are -2.5 at the Pelicans.
Wow. That seems like a very small number.
I like the way the Nuggets have played without Jokic. I know nobody's wanting to bet on the Nuggets without Jokic. I like them, and the Pelicans, an easy fade. Hawks are at the Lakers. Lakers are catching 3.5 at home in this one, and after it's coming off their loss to the Kings last night. And the Warriors host the Trailblazers. Blazers +10.5. Kind of like the Blazers tonight.
I do too.
I feel like there's some value on the road team.
And they're so big. I don't know what Golden State's going to do to keep up.
Yeah. I mean, I think they can win. But
they can shoot over the top.
11 points. That's a lot of points, man. Big slate in the top 25 today. Indiana's at Michigan State. Indiana coming off a meltdown loss at home to Corn. Now they're on the road at Sparty, and Michigan State a 7.5-point favorite. A lot of physicality for Michigan State. Indiana's proven they cannot handle that.
Yeah, Michigan State's getting better by the game too. This is a true Izzo team.
Virginia is at Louisville. Louisville a 3.5-point home favorite. Virginia's kind of sneakily been playing really, really good ball since they lost that game. At Butler, they've only lost one, and that was to a rival at Virginia Tech. Everybody else they've handled their business against. That includes going to Texas and winning against Dayton, winning at NC State. Some pretty good wins. I like them as a dog here. I think this is a pretty good team. They're starting to figure things out.
Last time out, they smoked Stanford. They shoot like a regular ACC team. They're no longer the Bennett pack line defense win with 44 points.
And Louisville is a very inconsistent squad. Yeah. So I'm trying to catch that one. Clemson hosts Boston College. Boston College is not very good at sport. Clemson a 15.5-point favorite. Rob's fighting Aggies. Take their buckyball show to Rocky Top.
Oh, they're a hard watch. Well, they're a fun watch. I'll give them that.
The Aggies are 9.5-point dogs up against Rick Barnes' squad.
It's probably appropriate.
Yeah,
a team that plays defense.
It's going to be hard to go up and down against this Tennessee team. Tennessee is going to take away transition, and that's going to force A&M to actually play half-court basketball.
Are you looking at Tennessee's history? They had a tough loss a couple days ago. Was it last week?
Yeah, they got smoked at Florida.
Yeah, that's the one. That was this
weekend. They lost by like 20-something points.
Man,
they got wrecked.
Let me tell you, that team practiced awfully hard getting ready for this one.
But
they better be ready.
Tennessee at home has been very different than Tennessee on the road. They've had some bad losses on the road. This one on their home floor. I think it's the Food City Center, they call that place. UConn is at Seton Hall, which on paper seems like a mismatch, except Seton Hall pretty much handles UConn every year at the Rock.
UConn, what are they, third in the country now?
They are. They're 16-1 on the season. Seton Hall, though, 14-2. They're into the top 25.
Respect. I didn't know that.
They're starting to figure things out. I kind of like the home dog here, catching 5.5.
I'm going to watch that
with Hall. West Virginia's at Houston. Houston laying 14.5 at home.
Oh, it's going to be pretty to watch that Houston team go up and down against West Virginia. They're going to hoop them.
Here is the game of the night. Iowa State, unbeaten, number 2 in the country, Iowa State, is at Allen Fieldhouse, taking on the Kansas Jayhawks.
I think they're going to extract a pound of flesh tonight.
Iowa State, a 3.5-point favorite on the road. I have a long history of not betting against Kansas as dogs at home. I think I'm breaking that tonight.
Those 3 guards with Iowa State. Lipsy, I think, is one of the guards. He is a killer. He is good.
So Lipsy was kind of considered to be, like, if not the best, one of the best on-ball defenders in the country coming into the season. Well, that Killian Torrey, who's a freshman, might be better than him. And now you take this Kansas team that has no bigs. It's the Darren Peterson show, and you've got 2 elite on-ball defenders to throw at Darren Peterson.
I like Iowa State. They're good legitimately. I don't care that Kansas is down. Even if Kansas was up, this was going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I like this Iowa State squad. Oregon heads out to the cornfields to take on Nebraska.
Who's riding high?
16-0 Nebraska, 5-0 in the Big Ten. Corn is a 10.5-point favorite in that one.
That come from behind win at Indiana mattered. That meant something.
That was a big win on the road, too. Impressive. Alabama struggling, the Tide is. They are 11-5, 1-2 in SEC play, including a home loss to Texas. They're dealing with some injuries. Now they're at Mississippi State. Not one of the best teams in the SEC.
This feels like a get right to me.
Alabama, a 4.5-point road favorite, though.
My money's on, what's that? LaFaron Philon.
Yep.
I like him.
Florida, we just mentioned them blowing out Tennessee. Well, now they hit the road, and they are at Oklahoma. Florida, a 6.5-point road favorite.
Did you see the transfer point guard, Boogie? Boogie found his game against Tennessee. Look out. Florida might be finding their depth here.
Well, here's the thing. On the road, I don't trust Florida as much. Oklahoma's coming off back-to-back losses, both on the road. Now Oklahoma's at home, and guess who Florida's got on deck? This is a little what we in the business, Rob, call a little sandwich action. They just played Tennessee.
They better smoke OU. I don't care who they have next.
This weekend they're at Vanderbilt.
Oh, a little in-state.
Suddenly now Vanderbilt is a team that they're 16-0, a team you got to take seriously in the SEC. I think this could be a sleepy spot for Florida.
And let me tell you, they better beat OU. I do think that their team has been underperforming. They had to replace a lot of dudes. But coming off that, it's the best game they've played all year against Florida. Without hesitation. Front to back, they did it. And OU is a reeling basketball team. It shouldn't be that hard.
Not a lot of depth for Florida right now, though. I don't know, man. It's a tough call. 6.5 points does feel like
It's a big number on the road, but OU is not good.
No, they are not good. They're not. The Porter Moser project may be ending sooner than later. So, and finally, in the National Hockey League, the Canucks are at the Senators. Senators minus 230. The Lightning minus 145 at Pittsburgh. The Canadiens are at Washington taking on the Capitals. Caps minus 145. Blue Jackets also minus 145 at home against the Calgary Flames. The Carolina Hurricanes minus 165 at the Blues. And the Bruins host the Red Wings. Bruins minus 130. Islanders are at the Jets. Winnipeg minus 135. The Edmonton Oilers minus 120 in Nashville. The Utah Mammoth. Did you say Utes? They are minus 155 hosting the Toronto Maple Leafs. Dallas Stars minus 120 at the once mighty Ducks. And the Seattle Kraken head to New Jersey to take on those darn dastardly Devils. The Devils are minus 160 favorites.
I saw Connor McDavid turn 29.
Oh, he's an elderly.
My gosh,
Isn't it crazy?
I'm feeling old. I remember when he was the 18-year-old hotshot.
Well, you remember when Freddie Adu was a child prodigy, and now he's like I think he smokes 2 packs a day and has a reverse mortgage. That does it for us. Blitz comes up at 2, friends. Joe and Jason will get you through your afternoons here. We will be back and do it all over again tomorrow. We appreciate you guys listening. We will talk to you then.